Hi everybody! I'm so sorry. I had to like do the tweet posty thingies. Hello. We are here. We are having a good time, darling, and thank you so much. Also, yes, Star, I did read it. I'm so sorry I did not catch it, or I did not read like all of it. I literally just woke up. So for the chat wondering what the fuck I've been doing, I was honk shoo me for the last like 2 hours. I won't lie with you, I'm not feeling well. Will I be able to get through this? Yes, I literally have ibuprofen in front of me. I'm gonna just quickly grab it and then I'll be fine in like an hour. Yes. Hello, lovelies. It is September. It is September. So new things are coming up, I'm hoping. And as I have brought this up before, I will bring this up very quickly just because I do want to at least say it once this stream before we get into the things, because we have to go through Ace Attorney real fucking fast. Oh, shit. But, hi, it is September. So that means you guys are getting discount on your subs for the remainder of the month. If you guys want to get a discount on your sub, make sure you are no longer subbed. It is not automatic. Make sure you are no longer automatically subbed and then just renew your sub once your sub is out, because you will get the discount when it is the first of your streak, your month streak. So it's not gonna affect you if you just cancel your sub, as long as you sub within a certain period of time. I think it's like 3 days or something like that. I think it's like if you sub within 3 to 5 to 7 days, I don't remember which one it is exactly, then you will be able to keep your sub streaks, etc., but you will get like the 25 or 30% discount whichever way you go about it. So make sure you consider doing that. I would highly appreciate it. Star, thank you so much for the tier 1 sub at 18 months. Thank you. Also, as per usual, because of this, we are going to actually try to push for the what is it called, the plus push. We are gonna try and do the plus program. So we are gonna try and do the plus program this month. So if you guys are able to, if you guys feel comfortable with it, I would highly recommend you tier 3 sub for 3 months. I kid you not, I only need to get realistically 5 people in order to be able to do that, and we will be able to get a 60-40 thing.
CHAR1000 I returned from concert weekend.
How was the concert? And your birthday? How's the concert birthday, Med? Thank you for the 1,000 biddies. Star, thank you for the 18 months, darling. Thank you. And I appreciate you guys immensely. Star, that's 1.5 year. That's 1.5 year. Oh my god, thank you. Glubbin, thank you so much for continuing your sub with the prime. Thank you for guys for the hype train. I will need to like continue with stream in just like 1 second. I am severely apologetic about this. But yes, if you guys want to support in any way, why the fuck is this continuously like closing? Hello? They're probably going like Oka. Turn it, press it before it switches off. If you guys want to support in any way, I would severely appreciate it if you guys are able to sub tier 1 sub or tier 3 sub. It would genuinely mean so much to me. It really helps out immensely, especially with September, and everything is discounted, so I genuinely do appreciate it. But thank you guys. We are going to be going straight into the stream aspect of things right now, because we just don't simply have time to do this any other way. So I will bring in my lovelies. I will talk for them for 2 seconds, and then yes, we're gonna try and do that. Thank you guys so much for the hype chain, by the way. Thank you. It was an awesome good show. Let's go. That means 5 more days till my special day. Let's go, Pickle. Let's go. But yes, I appreciate you guys. Anyways, let me remove myself back into normal screen. Hello. The minions, the yawnies. Yes. Hello. By the way, I'm without giving too much, right? Because of where Indy you are in Final Fantasy 14. Brother, I am still fucking crying over I'm still crying. No, you know what's bad? Hold on. I will send it to Yoro just to make sure. But like I had to re-watch what happened in order to make in order to make this, where the fuck is it? And you can see you can see what part I decided to use for this week, and I'm suffering. I'm fucking suffering. Final Fantasy I have not cried that much, and I still was crying this weekend. It was bad. I was not in it. To be fair, I'm very much emotional right now. But fuck, I was sobbing on Friday. It was bad, dude. It was bad. Where are you in there? Real quick. Oh, wait, I can't hear you. Hold on.
Oh, you're just talking to the voices again?
I am talking to the voices again. Okay, here you go. Now explain. I want to hear the Persona story.
So Chidori in Persona 3 Reload just gave up her life for Junpei.
Oh, yeah, no, that fucking that's horrible. That one made me sob too, dude. I
saw it coming as soon as it happened. I was like, oh, this is exactly what's gonna happen. And I was right, but it still hurt.
It sucks like a motherfucker, dude.
Hurt.
It's so bad. Persona knows how to gut punch the shit out of you. Like, actually.
Yeah, they did a fantastic job with it, but also like, bro,
please. No, actually, I feel that so much. Like, oh my god, it's so painful. Also, thank you, Star, for the YouTube messages. I am pinning them right now. Thank you. Okay, there we go. I heard myself, and I wanted to cry hearing that. Ew. Yuck. But yes, I appreciate you guys immensely. I'm suffering. I mentioned this just before you came in, Oro, but hi, we have a lot to get through in today, so we're gonna pretty much I'm hoping we're gonna zoom through this. I don't think we're gonna finish this, but if we can get as much of this done tonight, this will be like a miracle run. This will actually be a miracle run. So we're gonna see what happens. Okay.
Okay.
And yes, I appreciate it. Also, again, guys, thank you so much for the hype train. It is about to go down right now, but thank you guys so much for the hype train. I appreciate it. Thank you for the support. Yeah, we're gonna have a time today. So it is investigation up the wahoo. Thank you for the level 2 hype train. Choo choo. Back to the station it goes.
Bye.
My boy. Dude, I'm actually thinking about that scene with Chihiro now, and it's
good.
fucking,
no, you're working right now.
I am. I literally just had to fix my monitor real quick. My monitor was not
No, it's just in the middle of a court case, and he starts breaking down crying for no reason. Everybody's like, is he okay?
Honestly, brother, no, he ain't okay. He'll never be okay. But guess who is gonna be okay? Edgeworth, when he starts investigating things in a place called what it looks the sussiest land of them all. Dude, I can't wait to get that Edgeworth Cosmic Cube. Oh my god, it's free too. We're just all gonna be for Among Us. We're just all gonna be Edgeworth now.
Yeah, it's gonna be the Spider-Man meme.
It is, and it's gonna be so good, dude.
We had to defend ourselves from being accused as being the sus one, the imposter, by doing objections like an actual fucking
I really
Ace
hope
Attorney
they can
case.
add like a little soundbite whenever you have to like press the emergency button. It just goes objection.
Dude, oh my god, that'd be so funny. I'm just waiting to see if it's only him coming in for free and then we're not getting anything else, or are we getting the other cast members? Because man,
we
can
have
just imagine?
to at least get Phoenix right. I mean, come on, Narumitsu canon. We need to have them both. You can't separate the husbands.
I know, but if this is for investigations only, then one, I doubt it he's gonna be in there. But two, why wouldn't they have him as like the main person? That would be the better question, you know?
I
Okay,
don't know.
let's figure this out. Okay, audio seems to be in check, music's off, everything is good. So we are gonna continue onwards with this. 2nd of November, 3:38 p.m. Holmes' suite. I still. Oh wait, hold on. I just realized why. Now I realized why exactly my my.
Oh, did you do an
my RAM.
oopsies?
Yeah, no. This is still on 1080 60 thing.
Oh.
I'm wondering why my RAM usage is like to the moon right now, and I'm like, oh, it's probably because of that actually. Yeah. My FPS just nearly crashed for a second. That's weird. Um, yeah. Yeah, something's going on with my memory. I'm just gonna ignore it because I don't know what the fuck's
Fingers crossed.
I don't know what the fuck's happening, but it's okay. We're gonna prioritize it. If you think about waffles are just bigger brothers of pancakes, I mean, it could be either or. It could be either or. Anyways, I still can't quite believe what just happened. I know. I inquired about the bailiff after the court session was adjourned, and it seems Mr. Vigil was taken to the hospital to recover. Oh yeah, we gave him trauma. Right. I forgot about PTSD for a second.
Yeah.
I literally forgot what happened last week. We literally let him relive the fact that he jumped out of a window.
Minor details.
Minor details.
You know how it is.
10 years ago now, Mr. Vigil attempted to commit suicide by jumping out of the window of the prison governor's office. They're just being harsh about it. Like, they're just being strictly, yeah, no, he tried to commit suicide. But ever since then, he's completely blocked the memory of those events from his mind. I mean,
yeah.
Yeah!
That's how it works.
No one knew of his secret. Not his family, not even the man himself. But I forced it out into the open. I would not blame yourself, Ryunosuke. I really wouldn't. You were not the one pushing it as much as anything.
There's no way you could have known that that's what was gonna happen.
started it.
Exactly. And Kazuma finished it, literally.
Yeah.
Was it wrong of me to do that? Did I overstep the mark, I wonder? Is it part of the uniform for lawyers to have, in this era, to have swords like this? No. It literally isn't. It's literally just a Kazuma.
They're just doing it.
It's just a Kazuma thing.
And, Van Zeke's, because he doesn't like guns.
Yeah.
I feel like this is Iris.
Yeah.
Nobody calls...
Really? What gave it away?
The sass!
Holy
God damn!
Bruno.
Or your sass. Put it in your pocket. Just put it in your pocket.
I don't have pockets. Joke's on you.
I feel like Iris definitely has some pockets. Oh, Iris! Also, it's Ace Attorney. Lawyers and their weapons.
You were miles away. Anyway, I brewed a fresh pot of soothing tea for you.
Oh, thank you.
You and Susie have had an exhausting day so far, haven't you?
Oh, wait. Oh. Uh-huh. Thank you, Iris. How thoughtful of you. Do you happen to know where Mr. Holmes is? I'd like to speak with him about his, disappearance act. When we came out of the courtroom back into the defendant's antechamber, he disappeared.
Yeah, he does that. Oh, no, I don't know. He just suddenly sprang to his feet and left. All he said was, I must leave.
Bum, bum. I wonder if he's pursuing the mystery of Inspector Gregson's death. Oh yeah, we just straight up also don't know who actually killed Gregson.
Well, you know what Hurley's always saying, don't you? There are mysteries in this world that should perhaps never been solved.
Huh?
where the construction of a solution comes only at the expense of the destruction of something else.
When the fuck has he ever said that?
What does that even mean?
Iris, look me in the eye, Iris. Name one time he said that.
He said it last Saturday.
No, oh, okay.
I don't know if he probably didn't, but
He knows very well that when you open someone else's old wounds, you often open your own too. But he just can't take his own advice and leave well alone. Solving mysteries is important to him.
That's so true. You're right.
But that's what I like about Hurley after all.
I suppose that's the lot of a great detective in some ways.
So then... let's have tea, and then I'll give you a hand.
Oh, do you have time, Iris?
Yes, I finished this month's manuscript at last, with barely a day to spare before the deadline.
Oh, I'm so looking forward to it. A brand new story to read in The Adventures of Sherlock Holmes.
You know, I always hide Hurley's violin in the days before I have a deadline.
You do? Oh, poor Mr. Holmes. I'm sure that's very wise, Iris. How sensible of you.
Now then, my dear fellows, let's make a plan of action before we continue our investigation.
Hi, Iris, my lovely. So this morning's trial.
So, how'd it go in the courtroom this morning?
Well, we still don't know the truth about what really happened, but one thing's increasingly clear. Lord Van Zieks definitely didn't do it. Yes, that's right. We managed to uncover several new facts as well.
Oh, really?
And there was another development too. Kazuma. Yes, it's quite clear now that Kazuma-sama is not himself. The way he's acting, it's almost as if he's possessed.
hey, yo.
I know. I mean, at the end of the proceedings earlier, he was just like a bloodhound the way he was chasing down Mr. Vigil's forgotten past. He's not normally so mercilessly persistent. What's going on in his head, I wonder? I really need to sit down with Kazuma and try to understand what he's going through. Maybe he needs help. Maybe he needs to see a therapist. I don't know. The Reaper's innocent. If Gregson was really murdered the day before his body was discovered, then Lord Van Zieks has to be innocent, you see?
What? Day before? Well, that should be easy enough to work out just by examining the corpse, surely.
But why wasn't it? Yes, you would expect so, but curiously, no time of death was included in the autopsy report.
That is curious.
There are still unanswered questions about Lord Van Zieks, though, aren't there? Like where the fuck he was. Do you mean... I mean, what was he doing there on Fresno Street that day in the first place? Well, according to the man's testimony, he said he was investigating Inspector Gregson, didn't he? And it turns out that little room was actually the inspector's secret office.
Ooh, that sounds like it has all the makings of a wonderfully devilish plot.
But then why was that notice board in there covered in all those particular papers? Papers about cases with the link to the Reaper. I'm starting to get a bad feeling about this.
Oh dear. That sounds more like something horribly devilish.
We must start by looking into Inspector Gregson's moves of late. Well, his moves. I never imagined I might have to investigate an inspector's movements. Well, according to the entry in his diary, he was carrying out an incognito investigation of the Red-Headed League the day before his death.
Oh, you mean he was doing the same as Harley?
Well, Mr. Holmes was trying to apply, whereas the inspector was supposed to be investigating. I do wish it had been the other way around. Anyway, as it turns out, the inspector who went to investigate the Red-Headed League that day wasn't actually Gregson at all. It was Mr. Vigil, and in possession of Gregson's identification, too.
You know what that sounds like to me? Fraud. Establishing an alibi.
Oh my fucking god.
Oh my, yes, you're absolutely right, Iris. But why would Gregson need an alibi? It would appear that the inspector had something to do that he wished to keep secret.
I don't believe it. I always thought he was just a harmless lover of fish and chips.
The devastation of the economy of his passing, the fish and chip shops will never recover.
They
Oh
won't.
Oh my god. They're still mourning over him right now. But perhaps they were seasoned with something a little more potent than salt and vinegar. I do have salt and vinegar chips downstairs. I could get them right
man.
now. I think perhaps we should try and move away from food analogies. Well, anyways, if Lord Van Deeks felt the need to investigate Gregson... Yes, I agree. We must try to find out what he knows. But before that, let's figure out if this dude is alive.
Is he dead?
Jill, you say. Isn't that the name of the lady who came to visit Hurley yesterday?
That's right, to ask Mr. Holmes if he would help her to find her husband, her missing husband. If only Mr. Holmes completely passed the buck to us, we would have said we found him immediately. Actually, didn't you say that Mr. Vigil had been taken to the hospital? Do you know which one? Is it the one that we always know?
The hospital.
Ah, it's St. Sinners. I'm starting to wonder if all the other hospitals in London have closed down.
Probably.
But that's amazing, Bruno! You found the lady's husband already!
For real. Good evening, LadyOka. Good to see you. Hello, Inachi. Hello, darling. Also, hi, free men. Good morning. Well, I suppose I have, by accident. And 10 years ago, while Mr. Vigil was the chief warder at the prison, he was responsible for overseeing the professor's incarceration. Sorry. Very vastly different things. So, when the convict escaped and he was held responsible and immediately dismissed...
Sometimes I really don't want to grow up.
There's more. For 10 years after that... While he was ostensibly working as a peddler, he also had another secret job. He was paid by Gregson to be his stand-in, to impersonate the inspector.
Impersonate Gracie? But why?
I have absolutely no idea.
It's to help with Gregson's alibi.
Oh, Jenny was right. I'm starting to think all adults are up to no good now. Including you, Bruno.
What the fuck do we do?
That deadpan stare.
I haven't paid anyone to impersonate me. I mean, he has ties to the professor and to Inspector Gregson, though. So I do think we ought to pay a visit to Mr. Vigil, don't you? Back to Sinners, then.
Woohoo!
Well, I think it's clear what we need to do, isn't it? Let us investigate, my dear fellows.
Let's? Oh, Iris! You're even more enthusiastic than usual today.
If anyone has anything to hide, my special Wilson shooting iron will soon set them straight.
Oh shit, Iris has a gun.
Iris, no!
I'm not afraid to shoot.
Iris,
We're going to a hospital.
Iris, I do not think that it's a good idea for you to shoot in any capacity. Please, I beg.
No, let her have a gun. It's fine.
That water pistol?
Stuffed full of a piping hot, extra special blend of mine.
Hot tea! That's boiling tea! Okay. Then I'm quite sure it will be very effective. I'd better be careful not to hide anything. Well, it feels a little strange that Mr. Holmes is nowhere to be seen, but still. Let's go and see what we can find out. Yes!
Yes.
Bum 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 bum. I love Iris's theme so much. Okay. So Iris will now be joining us. We are going to move specifically to the office first.
Woo!
Oh boy.
2nd of November, the British Supreme Court, Lord Chief Justice's office.
No arguments, Prosecutor Sogi. You will continue with the trial exactly as I instructed. Is that clear?
Perfectly.
It's Kazuma-sama. Defying Lord Strongheart, by the sound of it, never did know when to back down.
On your way now, Sogi.
My lord. Hi.
Hi, bestie. Kazuma.
He didn't even reply.
He left without saying a word.
Yes. What are you doing here?
Oh, well, I was just hoping to ask you a few questions, if you wouldn't mind.
I wanted Van Zeek's trial concluded today. But Prosecutor Sogi's unwelcome inquiries are going to make it take longer than necessary.
Unwelcomed inquiries?
As a result, I'm losing even more precious time. Currently 2 hours, 55 minutes, and 41 seconds. 42. 43.
Thank you for the message effect. I speak from the cosmic void. TwitchCon is gonna be Liddy! Thank you, Freeman.
Very pretty.
Very Liddy, very pretty. For real, for real. Thank you for the 500. Thank you, thank you. Are we in a clock tower? Yep. Then we must resolve everything before 3 hours have passed, Mr. Naruhodo. In a miraculous not even 5 minutes. The irony is that in story mode, this entire scene does take 3 hours. Not this scene, just this entire section. Anyway, I can't let the man's obvious bad mood put me off. I need information. Hi, Chief. Let's talk for a hot second, okay? Does Prosecutor Asogi believe that Lord Van Zieks is the Reaper?
I wouldn't know.
Care to explain?
It was 10 years ago, in that fateful closed trial, that Lord Van Zieks made a name for himself among the judiciary.
10 years ago.
10 years ago.
You wanna know what happened 10 years ago?
But the next trial he fought, he lost. It meant the ringleader of a criminal organization was acquitted, thanks to all the jurors being under duress.
But that's awful.
The man's freedom was short-lived. He lasted just 3 days.
Yes, let's see. Let me see. He died in a rock slide at his place of work, I believe.
Correct. That was the inauguration of the Reaper of the Bailey.
And people believe Lord Van Zieks was responsible.
He was brought to trial himself, but it was shown to have been an accident.
I don't think you can manipulate a rock, like a rock slide that
Yeah,
well.
you can't stage it.
I mean, a little bit of TNT there, a little bit of a hubba here, a little bit of bubba there.
A redstone
Well,
here,
but
just a
then
lever
people would
right here.
Just give me some scotch tape, some fishing line, and some peanut butter. I could make it happen.
Some peanut butter.
Yeah.
So he must have had a solid alibi then.
Nevertheless, the mysterious deaths continued. In total, 16 persons perished in unusual circumstances, ostensibly at the hand of the Reaper. That's a long run of coincidences.
Well, the Reaper's true identity may well be revealed by this trial.
And the impact that revelation would have had on British public cannot be understated.
Is that why it's a closed trial?
Precisely.
Sheesh. Closed trial.
This country hasn't seen a closed trial for 10 years.
10 years.
Didn't we have a closed trial recently? No, we didn't.
No.
So the last one was the professors. The trial of Genshin Asogi.
Correct.
I was fully expecting you to say incorrect. It's actually Genshin Impact. Actually, we heard that originally you were going to prosecute that trial yourself, Lord Strongheart.
Van Zieks entreated me to relinquish the prosecution to him, that he might avenge his brother's death. And here we are, 10 years later. With the son of the man Van Zieks is condemned now, looking to avenge his father's death in the same way.
They do say that what goes around comes around.
However, it would seem that the new young prosecutor is harboring some ulterior motive as well.
Kazuma is?
I like my organization to run smoothly in the exact manner that I prescribe. As with the giant clock in here, I won't tolerate a single cog being out of step with the others.
Ah, so that's what all these gears are about in here.
If the young man refuses to mesh with the other parts of my great machine, I will be forced to take steps.
What? What do you mean?
Not something with which you need to concern yourself. In any case, all your questions will be answered tomorrow.
Damn.
Now, I shall have to ask you to excuse me. As of this moment, I've been delayed from attending my next meeting by precisely 3 hours.
Oh my, that is a long time.
And I hold you entirely responsible.
Brother, what?
I'm sorry.
Even though we miraculously managed to fit everything in not even 5 minutes? I wonder if you might agree to us, talking to Prosecutor Sogi?
Did you almost say professor?
Yes.
Like the professor?
Like the professor from 10 years ago?
10 years ago? You say 10 years
from
ago?
10 years ago?
10 years
You mean
ago?
the other closed trial?
Guys,
we
we're...
said-
Discussions
years?
between the defense and the prosecution outside the courtroom are generally frowned upon.
We're so funny, guys.
However, I will make an exception in this case. Now go. You can find him in his office.
In Van Zeeks' office, actually. Oh, thank you.
Oh. Is he gonna drink all his wine?
Oh dear God. Let's
We
hope
just
not.
like walk into the office and he's just slamming
Day
the back.
drinking.
Let's go and see him at once, Mr. Naruhodo. Kazuma's my best friend in the world, but I'm really not at all sure I know how to talk to him at the moment. Yeah, before we go speak to Kazuma, we're gonna do a little bit of further catching up with Mr. Prison Cell over here.
Oh, Van Zeeks.
Okay, bestie.
Oh
Hi,
God,
bestie.
he's sitting so cuntily in that chair.
Yeah. 2nd of November, local prison, cell 1.
It's the knee-high boots that do it for me.
Real. I like that both of the girls are just looking at him like, damn, that's what a prosecutor looks like, guys. Like a zoo. Goodness me. Lord Van Zeeks is reading. Look.
He doesn't seem like he wants visitors, does he?
Oh, it's in the middle of mid-yawn. But he must have noticed that we're here, surely. Us just staring at him until he gives in.
If I ignore them, they'll go away. What do you Nipponese want?
God damn it. Hey, Iris is here. Leave us alone. That's no way to greet your lawyer who's trying his hardest to prove your innocence, is it?
Perhaps not.
He softened up to us! Huh?
Oh.
I apologize. So, what can I do for you, Mr. Naruhodo?
He calls us by our first name.
Oh
Mister.
my God.
The first name, Mister.
I'm glad you caught that. Lord Van Zeek, speaking earnestly.
Oh, the bag will lift over London for the first time in months tomorrow.
This does feel very, very strange.
I must say, I was impressed.
Huh. Well, thank you.
Not by you. By your fellow Nipponese. Your prosecutor friend.
Okay.
Oh,
Instantaneously got shut down.
backhanded compliment.
I see,
It's sardonic, don't you think? For a man such as me, so loathing of the Nipponese, to be entirely at the mercy of the two of you. I suppose. It's retribution for having played the part of the Reaper all these years.
Played the part? Okay.
Husband.
Husband, speak to
Husband.
us. Converse. The Reaper's identity. You once told me that you gladly allowed people to believe you were the Reaper, because it helped reduce the amount of serious crime that took place in London.
If keeping quiet and playing the part benefits the cause. A cause I myself am committed to pursuing. Then why would I choose to say anything?
But the henchman of a criminal killed by the Reaper attacked you only the other day. And that was just the most recent of attempts, many attempts on your life, wasn't it? Someone is clearly profiting from your silence about all this. Someone is using you.
Believe me, ever since the Reaper first appeared, I've been doing my utmost to expose him. Or rather, expose the organization.
Aw. Are they perhaps red-headed fellows?
Ah, it's a whole organization. You mean the Red-Headed League?
It's inconceivable that all of those accidents were orchestrated by one man. No. The Reaper always appears to have very accurate information about the accused in each case. Which can only mean that somebody at Scotland Yard is involved.
Someone had... You can't mean...
It's taken me many years, but I've finally identified the central figure in this Reaper organization. Tobias Gregson.
Dun dun dun.
Not Craigie boy.
Greggy Poo.
No.
Craigie.
No!
Not no, it just goes not Craigie Poo.
Not Greggy Poo, the Reaper! Gregson's secret is that he's the Reaper? So, the reason you were investigating Inspector Gregson is because you intended to expose him as the Reaper?
As I said, the Reaper of the Bailey is no single person.
So listen to that, dummy.
It's a highly secret organization with close ties to Scotland Yard. But there's no doubt that Gregson was a key member of that organization.
I don't believe it.
You're saying that Gregsy? That he was behind all those awful criminal meetings? They're...
Gregson didn't do the dirty work himself.
Oh? Oh?
He was the tactician. His job was to covertly investigate the marks and plot their assassinations. In order to do that without arousing suspicion, he regularly needed a firm alibi.
Which is where Mr. Vigil came in, posing as the inspector.
Vigil knows nothing of the Reaper. But the room he rents on Fresno Street was almost certainly the headquarters of the operation. Gregson would have met the assassin there for briefings.
Oh my goodness. RN, thank you for the tier 1 sub, by the way, darling. Thank you for the resub. Thank you for 3 months. So we don't actually know who carried out the killings then, specifically.
Actually, I do have a name.
You what? Well, if you can name the man, you have the true identity of the Reaper already then.
Or, if I can name the woman.
Aw.
Oh?
Is it Vigil's wife?
She's a young woman by the name of Asa Sheen.
Oh.
Oh shit,
That
it's
person.
yeah, the lady who fucking died in Japan.
Yeah. Wait,
So,
what? Shin.
Hey, Van Zeeks, guess what happened?
Miss Asa Shin. I fucking hate that. I hate it so much. It's so stupid. The true name of a terrifying killer I know all too well. She's the one that started this whole fucking shit for me. She came to Japan posing as a visiting student and murdered Dr. John H. Watson. Then, just when it seemed that diplomatic protection would help her escape Japan and conviction. Bonk. The mysterious woman. Oops. The mysterious woman was beside herself, murdered in a small summer beach hut. That woman was actually the Reaper of the Bailey? Ah, damn. It's another hold. This perhaps isn't the place to discuss. No, of course not. Can't mention it here. The fact that she killed Dr. John H. Watson. Because Iris doesn't know, and it's very likely that the man was her father.
Huh?
Eh?
Eh?
Assassin, I shall let father know at once. Yes, I agree. Anyways, let's go through this. Prosecutor.
Kazuma, isn't it? Kazuma Sogi. You say he's a friend of yours.
My best friend, in fact, actually. He's my lover, actually, but, you know, we gotta keep it on the down low. He's the whole reason I came to Britain. It was all on his merits. I have nothing but respect for him.
Yes, I understand that only the very best students are selected for such opportunities. And I had a fine demonstration of how sharp he is in the proceedings earlier today. He missed nothing. In fact, his flawless performance very much reminds me of his father.
Genshin Asogi. The professor.
The professor?
Professor was mentioned.
10 years ago?
It's true that the aristocracy at the time was the root of numerous grave societal problems. They were abusing their power, playing with the common man as pawns in politics, in economics, in war. In many ways, Asogi was carving out a canker from a society that we British couldn't deal with ourselves.
Ah, I see.
But that's precisely why it makes no sense. Clint Van Zeeks was a noble, upstanding man. He wasn't corrupt. Why did that damned Nipponese have to go and take my brother's life? In spite of having once saved mine.
He saved your life? How did that happen? Hold on, let's rewind a little bit. Back to 10 years ago.
It was 10 years ago, on
10
a
years
foggy night.
10 years ago? You know what
10
else
years
happened
ago?
10 years ago?
You mean about the professor?
Let me fucking talk! What was to be the professor's final strike had sent a wave of panic through the capital.
So, Clint Van Zeeks had already been killed at this point then.
Genshin and I were walking down some back streets at a late hour. Of course, at that point, I had no idea of the true nature of the man at my side. All of a sudden...
Don't make a peep! You're coming with us!
we were surrounded. All our assailants were armed with pistols, their faces obscured by scarves.
Can we just like take a pause and look at baby
Yeah, I
Van
was
Zeeks
about
and
to say,
Kazuma's
hello?
father?
Hello?
This is his Batman moment.
Oh my god! Oh my god, baby Van Zeeks is so adorable though. For real. Look at him, he's a small baby. Pet pet. Also, can I just say, we could tell this is Kazuma's father. You know why? Not because he's Asian, it's because of his fucking
The billowing headband, yeah.
And the sword.
Well, it is, yeah. It's the same sword.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. But also it's
Generational.
the billowing
Headband
ribbon in his hair. Yeah.
Exactly.
That's how you know they're related. Clint was not only from noble heritage, he was a brilliant prosecutor as well. The scum of London hated the sight of him. They had no sympathy for his younger brother either. I'd been targeted several times before already.
Brother literally goes through kidnappings on a daily. Yeah, it's Van Zeeks, alright. We got him.
I could hear them murmuring amongst themselves. I knew they were after me. But just when I thought my life had come. Oh,
Oro,
I'm gonna voice
do you-
Genshin. Yeah.
If I let
Give your
them
best
kill
daddy
you,
voice.
Clint would never forgive me.
Ooh.
God damn!
It was a Sogi's voice. Just
Oh,
a
I'm sorry, was I
whisper in my
supposed to
ear.
whisper that?
Oh my god.
to be fair, he's not gonna say it out loud where all the assailants are here. Bang!
He fucking cut the bullet in half with his katana.
Watching.
After that, I don't remember exactly what happened. The next thing I knew, there was a silence all around. Genshin lay on the cobbled street.
No!
Blood was seeping from his left hand. He'd shielded me. 2 days later, they arrested him.
He got shot and arrested.
On suspicion of being London's most notorious mass murderer ever. The Professor.
How awful for you.
All at once, I lost the brother I revered, and the foreign friend I held in such high regard.
I'm so sorry, Lord Van Zeeks.
That's the end of my miserable tale. I never thought I'd recount it to anyone.
Well, thank you for confiding in me. The Professor, the Reaper, and Inspector Gregson. Man, that doesn't ring a bell. Or, man, that doesn't, like, ring well. Gregson needs a better name. I wonder just how intimately related they all are. I still can't quite believe that Gregson was essentially the Reaper. Giving assassination orders to Giselle Brett. Listen, Hodo, let's go and inform my father. I'm sure our government will want to hear about this new information.
Well, means I get to meet your daddy, Susie.
I don't have a daddy, so this will be fun.
I don't know what happened to him.
What happened to him, Susie? Do you know?
Oh my god.
Susan tells like, ask Naruhodo.
He was accused for his murder.
Huh? What? Yes, alright. Let's head back to the Great Waterloo Hotel then. On a slight side note, have you seen their reunion concert? ABBA's?
Abba? No,
Yeah.
I haven't.
Dude, they're VTubers now. I swear to God. No, so what's happening now is that with them doing new concerts, right, and stuff, with them being back together, but they're not gonna do it like, they're not gonna go up there in like, where, like, as they are now, because they're old, right?
Yeah.
They're not gonna go up on stage and tour and everything. So what they're doing is they're doing a quite literal, like, Hatsune Miku style, like, concert. Yeah, no, and like they have like the 3D rendered models of their younger selves doing these concerts. It's on YouTube. You can look it up. It's like, I'm not joking. I looked at them. I'm like, well, like at first I was like thinking like this was like a previous like concert, because they never made an indication that this is present except for the fact that this is a new song, right? But then I'm like, why does this look like Tron? Why do they look like they're Tron like animatron? Like,
Honestly,
you know, I was
that
like,
also
huh?
just fits their vibe.
Yeah, and I think that that's pretty damn fucking cool though. But at the same
It
time,
is,
dude,
yeah.
I'm terrified of like the concern that they might have in regards to potential future AI use when they pass. You know,
Oh yeah.
that's my real big thing.
I feel like they won't have a problem with it.
You mean as in they would allow the like their
No.
use of AI, or like they're gonna be iron locked?
They're
Like,
gonna
before
be They're gonna be like locked away behind like 50 saves.
I could believe it just because they're fucking rich, dude.
Yeah,
I
they
didn't
can
realize
pay for that.
I didn't realize how rich they were until one of them was talking about having a private island just specifically to
Yeah.
like make
chill.
music. Like, yeah.
Goddamn.
And I'm like, God damn. Like, they're like, the only thing that is like stopping us from doing these concerts is money. But we have that, you know? And I'm like,
Yeah.
God fucking like, it's so interesting hearing the
Well,
their
I mean, it's
interviews.
like it's not only just their songs. It's like all of their songs are used in Mamma Mia, like the Mamma Mia movie. So they probably break in a bunch from that.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Dude, their new song though made me cry. I heard it and I'm like, wow.
I haven't listened to it yet. Don't spoil it.
Yeah, I'm not gonna spoil it. It's nice though. You should look it up. You'll see the new concert. Hatsune Miiku's shit with that too. So. Okay, I will be right back real quick. I'm just gonna go get a little bit more water, okay?
Yeah.
Okay, if you need a water break it, then water break yourself.
I still got my water.
I got my water.
Do you think I could play a song on fucking Project Sekai before Oka gets back?
Do it.
I'm playing
Speedrun.
Knucklebones right now in Cult of the Lamb, so...
Oh shit. Alright, let me boot up colorful stage. Let's see if we can do it.
You hear Hatsune Miku on the other side.
Oh, can you hear it?
Yeah.
Perfect. Okay, just gonna come back and be like, what the fuck is going on? Come on, load. Come on.
You might have to talk over it just so then it's like it cuts out so, because of YouTube.
Yeah. Okay. Show. Let's do solo show. Random. Alright. Yeah, I can play this on expert mode, that's fine. Alright, let's do it. Before Oka gets back. Come on, Miss Miku.
You can do it.
I believe. Playing Once Upon a Dream. Okay.
I am back.
Oh wow, that was
okay,
fast.
Okay, what happened?
I wanted to see how far I could get in Hatsune Miku's song before you got back from your water break.
And how long was it?
I just started.
We literally just started.
That's so funny.
I didn't know how quickly you'd be back or not.
I was speed running it.
Oh, you could have just power walked instead.
True.
So we could have played Hatsune Miku.
True. I mean, if you want to continue.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just like I was telling Derhe, I was like, yeah, Loki, I'm playing Knucklebones in Cult of the Lamb.
Hell yeah.
Bro, I want to buy a fucking Knucklebones, like actual
set?
dice set. Yeah.
Dude, I think that'd be cool. I think that would be so nice.
I think somebody did make it, but it was just for themselves. And I'm like, man.
I don't think they're allowed to make any, like, merch properly. Probably,
Cult of the Lamb, I don't know. Hold on. Google. Because
I lost my
there
combo,
is a
whatever.
set.
Okay, I quit.
Nah.
I lost my full combo.
Nah, it's okay. Alrighty.
Alright, I'm back in the game now.
2nd of November, Great Waterloo Hotel Foyer. I thought it was yesterday, and I think it again today. This place is so princely. It's a wild guess, but I have a feeling you'll think the same tomorrow, too.
My tea has finer fragrance than whatever they're serving in the tea room here, though, wouldn't you say?
Not
Oh,
Iris
shit.
instantly
She has her
dissing, though.
priorities.
So fucking shady, Iris.
Who did this voice?
Who is it? Is it Mikatoba or is it the judge?
Mikatoba.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
Ah, look who we have here. This is an unexpected pleasure.
I don't know why, but I keep mixing your guys' voices between Mikatoba and the judge, or the Japanese judge. I don't know why that kid. It does not
Just remember that Oro just plays the
It just
judge,
plays
period.
both judges.
That's
yeah.
not fucking
Judge.
bullshit.
Why?
Man, sad. They did have a Knucklebone set, but it's out of production now.
No! God damn. Well, time to bring it back to life.
Cult of the Lamb! I have a job now. Make another Knucklebone set, and my life is yours.
Father! Ah, well, okay.
Okay.
I already said it.
Oh, is this your daddy, Susie? How lovely!
How old is Iris
What-
again? Sorry.
What a charming young lady. And you are? Oh, really? So you're the author of The Adventures of Herlock Sholmes, are you?
That's me, Iris Wilson, at your service, sir.
Thank you, Sunshadow.
Wilson.
Susie's been such a wonderful friend to me over the last year, you know.
Well, Miss Wilson, I must say I read your work regularly and with great interest.
It's great that he's not mentioning anything.
I know.
Iris actually lives with Mr. Holmes, you know, Father.
Is that so? Well, perhaps that goes some way to explaining that bright look in your eyes.
You wouldn't be smiling so airily if you knew just how bright she is, believe me.
Now then, young Naruhodo, it was a pleasure seeing you in action earlier. As an invitee of the symposium, I was allowed to observe from the gallery after I twisted some arms.
He was watching us.
That I must say was truly exemplary performance.
Oh, well, thank you very much. Although I'm fairly sure you omitted by Kazuma on the end there.
No. Please don't misunderstand. It was you who impressed me.
Really? I get praise? Thanks, Dad!
You didn't miss a step against Asogi, and we all know how capable he is.
God fucking damn it.
Really, to have matured into such a fine defense lawyer in less than a year is quite extraordinary.
Ryunosuke starts crying, and everyone's wondering what's going on. It's because I haven't been praised yet. Everyone keeps talking about Asogi, but not how good I've been. I tried.
Everybody keeps shitting on me. Finally, somebody recognizes.
Literally. It's very kind of you to say so. And really nice to hear, actually. What have I become?
What I saw in court today confirmed what I've been hoping for. The favor I mentioned yesterday, Naruhodo. I trust you haven't forgotten.
I don't even remember. As in, what you were asking. Oh, no, you did mention something, didn't you? But first, we have something to report, Father. This is exactly the reason why we don't know what the favor is, Suzuto. You interrupting.
Of course. Shall we take tea while we discuss matters further?
Got some in my gun.
I wonder where Judge Jikoku has gotten to. Well, about the Reaper. Father, do you know about the so-called Reaper of the Bailey?
I've heard rumors. Some members of the judiciary explained it all to me yesterday. Of course, when I was visiting student here in London, the Reaper was yet to emerge.
Right. He didn't appear until after that case, when the visiting students had already returned.
Lord Van Zeeks, who was in the dock today. That was Barock, the younger brother of Clint Van Zeeks, I believe.
That's right. And he's known throughout London as the Reaper, as you've heard. But the truth is, it wasn't him behind all those mysterious deaths. It was someone else.
I see. So what you're saying is, there's been a professional killer at work here?
Exactly. Serial killer, if you don't mind. Someone by the name of Asashin, in fact.
I beg your pardon? Did you say Asashin? You mean that Giselle Brett woman who was responsible for killing my great friend?
Iris just pops in. Who's your great friend. And we're like, not now, Iris.
Iris, no. Iris, no. Close your ears, Iris.
Oh,
no.
shit.
Oh, no. Iris, no.
Iris, baby.
To be fair, we all kind of knew it, but didn't say it, and she didn't know at all. Professor Mikatoba, I think perhaps we shouldn't discuss this right now. Cough, cough, wink, wink, nudge, nudge. Because that friend the professor is talking about is John H. Watson. That's not something we want Iris to find out about. Not like this anyways. Anyways, about his death. He who shall not be named's death. I've just remembered something. Biscuits! This hotel has the most delicious looking biscuits.
That was rather out of the blue.
Uh-huh. She's doing this deliberately. I think I'll go and see if I can purchase some. I wonder, would you like to come too, Iris?
Oh, yes. You just try to leave me behind.
So, whoops, that's Mikatoba.
So that young girl is called Iris Wilson, is she?
Yes, that's right.
And she's the author of all those adventure stories starring the great detective Sholmes. So the name of the credited author isn't Iris, is it? It's Dr. John H. Wilson.
Yes, I know. That's the name of her father, you see.
Her father? Holy fuck. Dr. John H. Wilson. I was deeply indebted to the man for all the kindness he showed me during my time in London. That's why I was keen to reciprocate and invited him to the Imperial Yume University 4 years ago.
But he was murdered last year by Giselle Brett. Why? Why would the hand of the Reaper stretch all the way to Japan? Iris knows nothing about that case, but it seems very likely that the victim, Dr. Watson, was her father.
Well, I can't say that we ever spoke about his family, so I don't know if he had a daughter or not. But I think I can say with some certainty that he was never the great detective's partner.
So, it could have been another Dr. Watson, you think?
Please? Well, John and Wilson are both common names after all.
Right.
Still, it's probably best not to mention this to the young lady until we can be sure.
That's what we thought, yes.
With cinnamon biscuits.
Oh, baby.
Oh, they smell delicious, Iris.
I think cinnamon will go very well with the tea. With the tea they serve here. Don't you, Susie?
Yes, I'm sure you're right, Iris. Anyways, hey, what happened to the judge, by the way? I haven't seen Judge Jagoku for a while, have you? Oh, bonk.
Guilty.
Well, that guilty is still ringing in my ears. Oh no, that part is definitely not.
No, now that you mention it, I haven't seen him since this morning either. I suppose since the symposium's opening was postponed, he'll have gone to explore at the Great Exhibition.
It reminds me of something you mentioned yesterday. About Judge Jagoku having once been in the dock himself.
Yes. It was all tied up with that accursed trial.
The closed trial of Kazuma's father.
Seishiro was trying to mitigate Genshin's guilt, so he took to the stand to testify. But he got a little carried away and actually managed to break the witness stand.
Iconic.
He's so strong.
Oh my.
Okay.
What?
Just the pause after I said that, just, oh my. He also said some contemptuous words about British Empire, for which he was charged.
Yeah, he got... Okay. Oh, dear. Although it's worryingly easy to imagine him doing that. Worryingly so, you know.
Well, it was all right in the end. He was acquitted and we returned home to Japan together.
I'm sorry, why is there a poll and the poll is Oka question mark and then there's 3 Okas and then 1 Sunshu and I see the Sunshu has 101 votes right now. What the actual fuck is this, chat?
Make that 102.
Making that 103.
Why is it 94% Sunshu? I mean, like, Sunshu also has my vote, to be fair. So 106. But, god damn it, chat! What is this? Oh my goodness. Okay. Thank goodness.
Ah, yes, talking of Seishiro. I have a copy of the photograph we all took together here yesterday.
We're definitely not voting Sunshu guilty. We're voting Sunshu as good boy. Best boy.
Baby boy. Potatoes.
Look at this. It's not even in color. Oh, what a lovely picture. They're so cute! It certainly seems to shout, "We've arrived in Britain!" It has been entered into the court record.
I don't like how it's been entered into the court record.
Yeah, now I'm worried. Do we need to investigate it a little further? None of us had any idea what was coming.
I can show it to you real quick, sorry.
Okay, let's pay attention to what they've got going on here. Okay, so we got our headband. He's got his little thing. This is gonna be important. I'm paying attention to, like, I don't know, like his fucking button details.
They're like
his tie
pins.
details.
Yeah, the pins they have on the button. Or the pins they have on the ties.
Yeah.
English.
Yeah.
Alright, well I guess that's the best we can do for now. Let's just God.
Okay.
We don't like how it's been entered into the court record. We're just gonna go to the judge after recess and be like, look at this. We got it for free.
None of us had any idea what was coming when we took that, did we?
Yeah. No, that's not so true. Yeah, no, that's so true. Okay. Also, hi Conrail. No, they're not referring to railway ties, of course. So you mentioned that you'd like to ask me, or you mentioned a favor you'd like to ask me. Can you say it in front of them?
Well, this fateful trial that you're fighting. One way or another, it will be over before long. And when it is, I'd like you to accompany back to Japan.
You want me to?
What?
You, like, cut out.
I heard that.
Know. I saw that. I mean, same thing, right?
Yeah. Father, what's the meaning of this? Why aren't we going back to Japan?
Now, Suzuto, you should understand. You've seen our courts work firsthand. Japan's judicial system is in its infancy, especially when it comes to defense.
Oh, you mean?
The Supreme Court of Judicature is in desperate need of a good defense lawyer.
If Sunchi gets found guilty, we will all pull out, no, I am Sunchi. No, I'm Sunchi. You are not making the I'm Radio Rebel. Yes, you're not making that fucking meme, Star. There's no way. It's true, but there's no way.
As soon as possible. Really, quite urgently, in fact.
But I've not even been in London a year yet.
I've read all of Suzuto's reports. I'm well aware of your extraordinary talents. And having seen you in action with my own eyes earlier today, there's no question. You, Naruhodo, are precisely the man our country needs.
Huh? I was making a Spartacus reference, which is what Radio Rebel was reference.
So,
Honestly, that's even funnier.
That
you'd be leaving then, Runo?
I don't want to, Iris. You're gonna make Iris cry. But then, what am I supposed to do, Father?
You came here to serve as Asogi's judicial assistant.
Oh, yeah, she was supposed to be Kazuma's assistant.
Our government is still in the process of deciding how best to deal with this situation, though.
Since he's, you know, alive.
You've always chosen your own path, Suzuto. And I trust your judgment. In this matter also.
That's totally not guilt tripping. Father!
Please, the pair of you, don't look so downcast. It's merely a suggestion, you understand. A hope, if I'm honest. But I won't force you.
At least you're one adult that won't force us to do shit.
All I ask is that you consider it and come to a decision by the time this trial concludes.
Yes, alright. Gotta leave for a while, enjoy the investigations. Thank you, Remy.
You won't leave, will you, Runo?
The thought hasn't even crossed my mind. Up until now, I've just been trying to do what I believe to be Kazuma's will. But it turns out that he's still alive, so... where does that leave me?
It leaves you in purgatory.
I thought you were about to say prison. I was like, god damn.
Well, if you'll excuse me now. I need to telegram government ministers and the Japanese police with this information about Asashin.
Of course, Father. Thank you.
I look forward to next month's installment, Miss Wilson.
Oh, good. And please do come to Baker Street sometime, won't you? We'd love to entertain you.
I would be delighted. The best of luck for tomorrow, Naruhodo. And give my suggestion your full consideration, won't you?
Yes, I will. Going back home? He's gone. You know, Kazuma-sama has always meant a great deal to my father. I'm sure he'd love the chance to meet with him and talk to him about all of this. Yes, no doubt. Iris?
Assassin. Of course! It's so
Oh,
obvious!
sorry. Wrong roommate.
Oh.
Asashin. Of course. It's so obvious. How could I have neglected to consider the possibility before now?
Thanks for eavesdropping the entire time, Holmes?
Anything for you, baby boy.
Mr. Holmes, why didn't you come say hi at least? Also, don't call me that in front of Iris.
Where have you been?
Just Iris coming up to Naruhodo. Why does Sholmes call you baby girl?
Ask him
Why
that,
I
Iris.
joined you all for tea, of course. What an extraordinary question.
How'd you know we'd been having tea here?
I didn't notice you at all.
No matter, no matter. Anyway, to more pressing concerns, Mr. Naruhodo. I must dispatch a telegram to your country at once. It is a matter of much urgency. Tell me, to whom can I entrust the task? Quickly now, who?
Well, my father, I guess. He just left to send a telegram to the Imperial Police Bureau of Japan himself.
I
Father's?
see.
Your father's here?
Well, he looked reliable enough for a bearded fellow.
Brother, what?
I'm sorry?
I don't think what father sports could be considered a beard, Mr. Holmes.
There's not a moment to lose. Kindly ask your trusty unshaven father to see this as sent.
Why are you saying this, Holmes?
I'm sorry. We went from
He's
bearded
jealous.
to unshave, 0 to 60.
He's just jealous.
I will, but what is it?
No questions at this time, if you please, Miss Suzuto. All we do is pray. That for once, my deduction is awry.
Doesn't that imply that your deductions are normally correct, Mr. Holmes? Which isn't exactly...
Now then! You may be surprised to learn that I am a very busy man. I certainly have no time to hide behind settees and eavesdrop on other people's conversations.
So that's what joining us for tea meant.
I leave the sending of this in your hands then, my dear fellows.
Oh, bye. Wait a moment, Mr. Holmes! God damn it.
He just sort of ran off, didn't he? At quite a pace.
And he left the unpaid bill for his tea behind, too.
Damn, that was slick. You gotta respect it.
I must catch up with father at the telegraph office at once.
Hold on to call us a cab straight away.
The girlies do be putting up work. And there was me thinking everyone would be clamoring to pay Mr. Holmes's bill.
So we've already been scammed out of like 600 or 6,000 pounds. And now we have to try and pay a bill.
Anyways, let's move to the hospital wall. The same exact room! Sorry.
Wow.
We don't get a break here. 2nd November, St. Sinners Hospital, Ward 3. This is the ward where Mr. Vigil was brought, apparently. To be frank, I'm a little worried about seeing him again. Is he gonna fucking hate us?
Oh, the lawyer. Hello again.
Are you feeling better now, Mr. Vigil?
Yes, thank you.
Also, we didn't hear that second part.
Oh, what was
Somewhat
it?
better. Somewhat better.
Yes, thank you. Somewhat better.
I was like, I only heard the thank you, and I clicked, and I'm like, wait, I didn't hear that.
Aw.
What are the odds? It's as if they were wanting to save money on backgrounds. I'm so sorry to have caused you to... I mean, it's because of me. If I hadn't exposed your secret and forced you to remember things, you'd obviously try to forget.
The prosecutor was here until a few moments ago, too. You just missed him.
Oh, Asogi, or Kazuma beat us to it. Yeah.
He said much the same as you. He was very apologetic. But the truth is, I brought this all upon myself.
Please don't think like that.
Keeping it from Eve, my wife, all these years, I've carried such a sense of guilt. But that's not the worst of it. Over time, I obviously came to deceive myself as well.
You mean about your dismissal?
Looking back now, I'm beginning to think that perhaps Inspector Gregson didn't stumble across me by accident at all. I mean, he compensated me so generously for acting as his stand-in. He was clearly concerned for my well-being and doing what he could to help.
So perhaps Gregson knew exactly what had become of Mr. Vigil all along then.
I'm sure this is just desserts for 10 years of lies and deception, but... It wasn't me that helped the professor escape 10 years ago. It wasn't me! I swear it! I swear it's true!
Oh, Mr. Vigil. I'm sure you'd rather not dredge up even more from your past at this time, but, if possible, could you tell us exactly what really happened? Brother, he looks like he wants to die again! Let's not push it!
I want to. I need to get this all off my chest. I just want someone to tell me what I should have done.
Oh.
Oh. Oh. Well, there's the answer. Gregson's request.
Inspector Gregson was obviously engaged in a special operation of some sort. He was investigating something that even Scotland Yard couldn't know about.
Details of the Reaper's marks, yes.
It was when he had to carry out those investigations that I would take his identification and impersonate him.
You'd pretend to be the inspector and carry out investigations on his behalf.
Oh no, never! A common street peddler couldn't possibly carry out a proper police investigation. All I would do is go to the specified location and make a little hoo-ha. Just something to leave an impression, so everyone there would think a detective called Gregson was here.
Securing the alibi. So, that's what you were doing on the day prior to the incident?
Yes, he asked me to make an appearance at the park on Lime Street for the Red-Headed League event. So, as usual, I flashed the inspector's identification around and was very vocal about my presence.
But then you were taken prisoner by those red-headed fraudsters.
Yes.
So you would always make a point of showing Gregson's identification and generally being loud.
That's what the inspector asked me to do, yes.
Well, that's one way of becoming a legendary detective, I suppose. Not a good one, though.
And as you know, I suffered this bruising around my neck after their hands. But the following day, they kept their word and released me.
Is it just me, or did he not have that ring before?
No, he did.
He did? Okay.
Oh, no, the ring on his hand.
Yeah, no, the ring on his hand. Sorry, not the ring on his neck.
Okay, yeah, I was like, yeah, that was like one of the key ways we identified him.
sorry, the ring, like his wedding band, isn't it?
No, I think maybe he gave that up after, like after his identity was exposed that he wasn't a street peddler. And he's like, okay, well.
Well, that's what I was trying to think. I was like, did we see that on his hand when he was back to normal in trial?
No, I don't think we did.
That's okay. Without returning the inspector's identification to you, however. So they fucking had it.
We had arranged to be in the Fresno street room at 5 that day so I could report back to the inspector. But at the agreed time, that's when I heard the gunshot.
Hi, Navzy. Hello. Prison escape.
It was at midnight on the 17th of June, 10 years ago.
10 years ago.
That was the time scheduled for the execution.
The professor's execution never actually took place, did it? Or rather, the execution itself must have been used to effect the plan of escape. I hardly dare to imagine what a chilling plan it was.
Barclay was renowned for being the highest security prison in the country. Everything that went in or out of the place was searched multiple times. But there was one notable exception.
Welcome in, Nabzy.
Or rather, one notable loophole. Something that was never questioned.
I have a feeling I know what that loophole was now. The coffins into which the bodies of the executed convicts were placed, correct?
Yes. Once the coroner had confirmed the death of a condemned victim, or convict, the body was taken in its coffin for immediate burial in Logate Cemetery just behind the prison. The chief warder first had to sign the necessary papers.
How's everyone doing today? We're doing good. We're chilling. We're having a good time.
We vibing.
We comfy. We vibing. Yeah. Feeling a little sus. I mean, edge sus. Oh my god.
And after that, no member of staff was permitted to touch the coffin containing the body again. When executions took place, the only executioner and coroner were permitted inside the chamber. I would wait in the adjacent room for word that the condemned convict was dead. On that occasion, once I had that confirmation, I went into the mortuary to find a lone coffin, as usual. The procedure was that I would sign the paperwork having checked the coffin, then nailed it shut. But for some reason that day, the coffin was already nailed shut.
No. Come on, that was worth it after what happened today. Fair enough, fair enough. Also, I'm still excited about Among Us Edgeworth.
Mogus.
Mogus.
I didn't think anything of it at the time. It was rather sus. I assumed that my deputy must have checked the coffin and nailed it shut before I arrived.
So, you mean the coffin contained...
Yes, as I can only imagine that Asogi, having escaped his execution somehow, was alive inside the coffin. The coffin was then taken out through the main gates and deposited in Lowgate Cemetery.
Presumably, there wouldn't have been enough air inside to breathe for so long. So in the early hours following the burial, someone dug up the coffin again to set Genshin free. But in the end, he was fatally shot in the graveyard anyway. What on earth really happened in Lowgate Cemetery that night, I wonder?
I'm afraid I really don't know. All I can say with certainty are two things.
It's fucked.
Asogi... Shit's fucked. Asogi couldn't possibly have escaped that way without help from somebody working in the prison. And that somebody was not me.
Well, anyways, the convict. Obviously, you knew the man then. The professor. I mean, Genshin Asogi.
Yes, I remember him well, in fact.
Would you mind telling us what you know?
Well, having been condemned to death as he was, any contract I had with the man was short, obviously. After that trial, which was carried out behind closed doors, excuse me, attended only by elite members of the judiciary. And they called for his execution to be carried out at the earliest possible opportunity.
The opportunity, or the outcome of the trial was set from the beginning, wasn't it? It was a time of delicate diplomacy when Britain and Japan were in the process of signing an important treaty. That means that this potentially destabilizing case had to be dealt with swiftly and discreetly.
The man had less than a week in total. And I was the chief warder. I oversaw his short stay at the cells until his final hour. I remember being struck deeply by his noble character and incredible resilience.
What do you mean exactly? That's how you're describing a serial killer?
He was a killer of many men, but he was always quiet and polite.
They do say it's always the quiet ones.
He was a gentleman and a man of intellect. In fact, I couldn't bring myself to believe what he'd done, so I asked him one day. Those 5 members of the aristocracy whose lives were taken, were you really responsible? I'm guilty of the unforgivable crime of ending another human's life. Yes. The following day, the closed trial took place, and the verdict was no surprise.
Guilty.
That night, when he was brought back to his cell, I saw something. Something unusual.
Something unusual. What?
The last will and testament of Genshin Asogi.
You made a will.
As I said, it was on the night following his trial, after he'd been found guilty. I was doing the rounds of the cells, and when I looked into Asogi's, I noticed that he seemed to have a sheet of paper in his hand.
Ah, his last will and testimony, or testament, then, presumably.
As soon as he noticed me, he hurriedly shoved it behind his back.
But why did you find that so unusual? Isn't it normal for a man to pen a will when he knows his death is nigh?
Yes, that's true. But there were special conditions to Asogi's incarceration, you see.
What sort of conditions?
Well, even though he was held in a cell designed for condemned inmates, he was allowed to keep his person effects with him, with one exception.
His sword.
Really? He was allowed his things? That is unusual, certainly.
Of course, he'd been convicted of killing 5 members of the aristocracy. But at the same time, he was a guest in our country from the Empire of Japan. The powers that were determined that his final days shouldn't be needlessly uncomfortable. That's nice.
And what was the exception you mentioned to the personal effects he was allowed?
That's the point. He wasn't permitted to have writing materials.
Weird.
So he was allowed a sword, but not writing materials.
You know what they say, or you know what they say.
Oh, the pen is mightier than the sword.
Yeah.
Be
Yeah, be
great.
careful with that.
Specifically, no pens or paper.
So, he was prevented from leaving any written record of what had happened to him.
Yes, that was the long and short of it. I have no idea where he obtained the paper. Any writing materials would have been confiscated from him upon his incarceration. As I said, he hid the paper behind his back, and then he pleaded with me. What did you just hide behind your back? Back. Please. Please turn a blind eye. This is my lifeline, line. But you know it's against the rules. You're the only person who's seen. If you would just agree to keep quiet. Alright, then. But what's on that paper? A last will and testament, meant. This will is the only weapon I have left now.
How can a will be a weapon?
So I decided to pretend I'd seen nothing, and I let him keep his will. But then later, it just seemed to vanish without a trace.
What? What do you mean it vanished?
He ate it.
It's in his body. It would seem that isn't the end of the story of this mysterious will. Anyways, what the fuck happened?
I was the only person who saw Asogi's will, but
but it somehow disappeared.
it was after Asogi's execution.
Which was actually an elaborate jailbreak.
The warders gathered up Asogi's possessions that were in his cell. They were all to be sent back to his family at home in Japan, you see.
To poor Kazuma-sama. And you're saying that it wasn't anywhere to be found among his personal effects? I got the will, I mean.
That's right, though I didn't search through them myself.
Thank you for the care package. I drink Wawa.
But Governor Caden was livid. He was screaming. It could not have disappeared completely.
Let's go, Ace Attorney! Hello. Hello, Anako. That doesn't quite make sense, though, does it? In what way? Well, we'd understand that only Mr. Vigil was aware of the will's existence. In which case, how did the prison governor know to look for it? Oh yes, you're right! Unless he's the one who gave the papers. Duh.
I really don't know how he knew. But it certainly seemed as though he knew of the will's existence from the outset. Only he didn't refer to it as a will. What he said was... the Asogi papers.
Dun dun dun. The Asogi papers.
I really can't tell you anything on the subsequent events. Because, well, of what happened.
Your dismissal, and the way you blocked it all from your memory.
I'd forgotten all until today. I don't suppose it's relative to the case, though.
My suicide. Well, anyway, thank you very much for sharing it with us, Mr. Vigil. We're very grateful.
I'm afraid there's really little more I can tell you. My wife Eve will be here shortly, so I do hope I don't appear rude, but
No.
Please get the fuck out.
Oh, why am I in that mode? Okay, hello. I was like, why was I on mute deafen mode? I think it's because I was grabbing my phone and my phone hit my mute key. I was like, why the fuck am I dumb Oka now? Because I made a mistake. And that's the reason why it's good that I had that setting. No, not at all. Thank you again. But what will become of you now? My wife will take care of me.
well, impersonating a police officer is a criminal offense, of course. I imagine that once I'm fully recovered, I shall be arrested.
Even though, technically speaking, it was Gregson who kind of did this to him, but, you know, unfortunate. I'm so sorry.
Don't be, please. This was all my own doing.
It was kind of Gregson's, but, you know.
I always knew this day would come.
Well, I wish you well. Goodbye, Mr. Vigil.
Before you go, there's just one thing.
Oh, yes? What is it? What's going on? Are you okay?
Are any of us ever truly okay?
Rail?
The Asogi papers.
Huh? What about them?
I'd be very grateful if you'd make mention of those things I told you about them.
Presumably for some good reason?
It's my understanding that their very existence is a very closely guarded secret.
And since, you know, I brought it up, they're gonna know it's me.
If it became known that I'd remembered.
Did Gregson threaten him to impersonate? But it doesn't really matter if he threatened or not. Gregson is in the form of power and essentially offering this. It shouldn't be under... he shouldn't be
It's like
given a harsh punishment.
coercion.
Yeah, it's coercion.
Yeah.
It's like he shouldn't be given a harsh punishment considering the fact that it's not like he did it. It's not like
He didn't even do it
intent.
maliciously because he didn't.
he was
even know.
doing
He was just
Gregson
told,
a favor.
Hey, you need money. Just pretend to be me for a little bit every now and then, and I'll pay you good money because I know you're desperate for it. And he was like, okay.
Also, it's not like he literally stole Gregson's identity. Gregson offered his identity, which is the actual crime. That is in itself is the actual crime. So, yeah. Hey, y'all, what I missed? Nothing much, Nugget. We're just chilling. We're getting through this. We're actually getting through this relatively quickly, so here's to hoping we can get through this done. But thank you for the care package. Thank you.
We gotta sit on this choo-choo train and ride it out.
For real.
Well, it could be rather troublesome, I think.
I understand. Some sort of will that Genshin Asogi penned just before his death, which the man himself claimed was his last weapon. I wonder. Perhaps it had something to do with his plan to escape. Ace, think of the daily leaf. If there's anyone who might know more about a document that Kazuma's father left behind.
It would be Mr. Vigil's governor.
Governor. Yeah.
Oi, governor.
Oi, governor. Then we know precisely where we must go. Back to Barclay Prison, which they will definitely accept us with open arms.
Totally.
Well, I mean, now that he knows that, you know, Suzuto is Mikotoma's daughter.
I mean, he still said never come back right afterwards. Remember?
Oh,
Yeah.
He's like, I don't want to deal with this. We're not doing this again.
I don't remember.
You're all good, Chief. I remember, because he's like, I don't want to see you guys again. I'm back. What case we cracking today, investigator? We are finishing case 4 right now.
Can I quickly go use the restroom?
Yes, you may.
Yay!
Guys,
my regularly scheduled 15-minute work break.
Imagine Oka just looking dead into the camera and going, "No, Oro, hold it.
Oh my god.
You're not allowed."
Oka's trying to give me a UTI confirmed.
No, dude, I've suffered through that way too much. Don't even. It's like horrible. It is so bad.
Go piss, girl.
Go piss, girl. Go piss. Oral already out of the way. Too bad you're dealing with government secrets, Ryu. He's gonna be looking up all of your secrets. For real.
Oh my goodness.
For
I do
real.
love a nice government secret. It's always juicy. It's like when the fucking government declassifies like a bunch of fucking CIA documents every now and then. You gotta look through them all because it's literally just like the government going, yeah. So
Yeah.
all of those things you thought we were doing that we told you we weren't doing. So yeah, we were doing them. Yeah, you were right. You were onto us. Oh, we're such rascals.
Teehee, oopsies.
Anyway.
Oh my
Fucking
god.
CIA documents like every 10 years.
Alright, I'm back.
Welcome
Oh, that
back.
was speedy.
My bathroom is like literally right across from my room, so.
Nice. Nice.
I also just hate it because I have like 2 mosquito bites on my leg.
Oh,
no.
And I can't use any anti-itch stuff because every time I do, it like swells up, and then I have to go get like brown recluse medications because they just kind of mutate? ?
So
Ugh.
weird.
I know. So I'm just low-key suffering.
No.
Pat, pat, pat. What's it called? Guys, I'm like so weirdly comfy. I'm just like, I'm sitting so far like on the edge of my chair, and I have my legs on my table, and I'm just like staring up to my not the camera, to my monitor, just trying to read through this. I'm just like in the weirdest position right now, but I'm just like, I am comfy.
Okay,
Look
but
at
yeah,
that.
sometimes those are like the best positions.
It's the hermit position. It's like I want my legs up, so I'm putting them on my table. Fuck it, and I'm just gonna lean back where I can, or how I
Oka's
can.
going boneless mode.
For real, I'm gonna break my back doing this, but it's okay. We live.
Can we
in...
get a boneless Oka 6-pack to go, please?
Not the 6-pack.
Can I have a biscuit on the side?
Yeah, you want mashed potatoes with it or mac and cheese?
Both. And can I
Okay.
get some gravy too?
Alright, that'll be $23.99. You can pull up at the window.
Solid.
Oh my god. 2nd of November, Barclay Prison Governor's Office. The governor. God damn, is back again. Sorry.
Oh, coming back again, are you?
Yes. Hello. Sorry.
I've heard all about your investigations. I just read the report just now. You found him, eh? Vigil.
Yes, luckily.
Well, anywho. The laddie's don't work here no more, so your cases now have to do with Barclay. I wouldn't like you to get the wrong idea about that.
Of course, yes. Mr. Vigil stopped working here 10 years ago now, so...
Yes, we've seen his dismissal notice, haven't we? He was given the chop.
Alright, Kimmer. You can very well. So, how about we handcuff Biscuit?
I'd love one.
Oh, are they really like little handcuffs? And as hard as irons too?
Oh no! 2 tea lovers! So, what brought you down here today?
Why do all of your characters have some sort of fascination with a very specific food, Oro?
I don't know. You were asking the wrong person.
Let's see, who do you play that doesn't have a fascination with food? British Judge, we kind of gave British Judge a fascination for food.
you got the Werther's original.
Originals.
Japanese Judge, Vigil. More or less, that's it. Asogi?
Yeah, so far I don't think Asogi has anything, so...
We'll have
Except
to come up with one for him.
Just watch as he's like, I really like sushi, and we're like, oh no!
Nah, we literally just explained it earlier that we just, not explained it. We literally just talked about the fact that he probably is, like, drinking to high hell.
He's throwing the bottles back in the office.
He's day drinking right now, so I guess Asogi doesn't count
But we
now.
never went to go see Asogi.
Nope, we still have to do that. Yes, but this is the route that it's taking me on, and I think it's because Asogi will probably not talk to us unless we've gotten certain things or information. So that's why I'm doing this. I'm just following the guide right now. So.
Mm-hmm.
Fair enough.
We actually will be talking to him right after this, though, so.
Okay.
Nice.
Well, there's something else we'd like to ask you about, actually.
Is that so?
We believe there might have been a document that disappeared from Genshin Asogi's cell. I think it's been called the Asogi Papers or something. Did we not just agree we were not going to talk about it? And
then immediately
Brother!
the next conversation we have, we immediately bring it up.
Okay.
My dude's literally going to go to jail, and now he's going to go to jail even, like, faster because of this. Yeah. I fully expected him to drop that, like, teacup, I won't lie with you.
Did I not say? Gregson's death is not to do with things that might have happened at Barclay. Leave the past in the past, laddie. Let's not footer about with irrelevant details.
His expression changed completely. We're clearly onto something here. Anyways, you can't get rid of us. Continue legacy. Thank you for the care package.
That murderer's botched execution and the whole miserable escape. They were Barclay's darkest hour, a shocking embarrassment.
Because the convict had a collaboratory on the prison staff, you mean?
Collaborator on the prison staff.
Thank you.
Aye, for shame. A coroner who confirmed the death of the man after his execution, Courtney Soith. And my chief warder at that time, Vigil, who was in charge of the whole affair.
But Mr. Vigil says he didn't know anything about it.
The rascal wouldn't say otherwise, eh? More handcuffs.
No handcuffs.
Oh, how could I say no? You could never have too much iron in your diet.
Oh my god.
I hate that.
That's so cute.
When Mr. Vigil was handed his dismissal notice as a result of what had happened, he was so despairing he jumped out of your office window, didn't he? Yeah, we got new windows.
I didn't like to say, but that's just Vigil trying to get hold of it. Do you not think he wouldn't have jumped from the shock of his crimes being exposed? Eh? I do.
You wouldn't say otherwise, though, would you?
Of course, I cannot shun all responsibility myself. I sure not let him deceive me. Actually, there's barely anybody that kens what went on at that time now. We Gregson haven't been murdered, and Dr. Scythe forbidden from having any visitors.
No visitors. Someone obviously doesn't want her giving anything away.
Well, we're not going home empty-handed.
And I wanna dream of sending you packing with no what, Gimmer? Here, take a handcuff or two.
Oh, well, it would be rude of me to say no. I wouldn't want to become an anemic.
I fucking love Iris.
Yeah, Iris. I love that she's just snack time. I just imagine her sitting at like that little like chair with like the desk in front of it, and she's just like kicking her legs and eating the little handcuff cookies and drinking tea while we're talking about like him committing suicide. And she's just like, you know, like
It's the way he keeps interrupting himself to give us more cookies, so Iris is more further distracted from the whole circumstance. I love Iris. and
Even
these
he's like,
iron
I must
jokes.
protect her at all costs. I
like-
suppose if there's anybody who might still ken about what happened back then.
Also, hi, Pei. Hello.
It'd be that last from the forensic division, Maria Gory.
You are not immune to the cute Iris. Exactly. Nobody is. Maria Gory.
Aye, Scythe's daughter. She didn't have no more, just the one.
Oh, so the new coroner is literally her daughter
Yeah. You know the girl who we saw last time.
who wanted to dissect us to see if we were different on the inside because we were Japanese.
Exactly.
I forgot about that.
Not a bad person.
I didn't.
But the wee barons followed in her mom's footsteps. You didn't ever see her without a scalpel in hand.
Ah. I remember her. She had the pretty mask. Yeah, the plague doctor mask.
Who was?
That was you, because I was playing Dr. Scythe.
Mama, what's this?
No, that's Iris.
Ah, where did she come from? Why did she just call the doctor mama? How's the case going? We're going good. We're making good timing, although I'm not sure if we'll be able to get everything done. But honestly, it's good that we're getting through things. We're learning a lot, and we're getting concerned with a lot too.
Yeah, we're speed running through this information right now.
Which honestly, it is just an info dump for this section, so it's all good. Dr. Scythe's daughter, Maria Gory. We can do with talking to her. So anyways, hey, what about Gory? So, she's Dr. Scythe's daughter, but her surname is Gory?
Why? There's some family history, I'm sure, but I don't know ken the ins and outs of it.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Yeah.
She grew up watching her man working with the bodies of folk her mom working with the bodies of folk who die in strange circumstances.
I was like, her man what? She's 5! Oh my god.
And decided to do the same with their own wife. I can understand it myself.
That she said her own wife. I was like, oh my god, lesbian?
Hello? But wait, but that would make sense because she's got a man.
Oh shit.
Apparently.
I
just popped up-
ma'am.
I know it did, but at first I accidentally said man.
Oh my god.
Whoa, she's bisexual? I didn't know that. It's like the fucking Sonic meme.
Mm-hmm. Perhaps she was driven by a deep respect for her mother.
Perhaps. Anywho, she was in charge of Gregson's autopsy, I believe.
Right, and the coroner is responsible for this incomplete report.
That would make sense why it's incomplete. Someone told me once that the wee lassie always loved her mom's stories about cutting her bodies.
She needs psychological help.
There's even a rumor that she used to listen to the funeral march as a lullaby. What the fuck?
This is horrible parenting. Well, then perhaps her mother might have told her about the autopsy from the case 10 years ago. Why the fuck would she say that?
I'd say there's a fighting chance, at least. After all, that was a life-changing case for all of us.
We really need to speak to Miss Gory herself about this, I think. Well, thank you very much.
I'm no happy about any part of this. It took years for Londoners to finally forget the whole professor business. Can you not give up on this laddie? Stop asking pointless questions.
Thank you for the daily leaf. I'm sorry, I don't like dredging up these painful memories for everybody.
Then why are you doing it?
Yeah, no, he's like, can you leave me alone?
You know, just stay away, no. Leave me alone. Don't I ever come back yet, eh?
Promise, we won't come back for the rest of the day.
Except
But we
to
do
talk
have one question. How did you come to get about that, laddie?
Sweats.
There's no many folk here, even here in the prison, who've heard of those papers.
Well, I can't tell him. Mr. Vigil told me. I'm afraid our sources must remain confidential, sir. Ah, it's Vigil, wasn't it? Just like he says. Hey, thank you for the daily leave. We've been led to believe that the papers are actually a last will and testament. Is that correct? The professor's, or rather, Genshin Asogi's.
Oh, yeah, that's right. You're well informed, Jimmy.
Hmm? Is that the end of the silent treatment? But then, after the convict's execution, it mysteriously vanished from his cell, didn't it? Jenny Smithy, thank you so much for the daily leave. The follow. I very much appreciate it. Welcome in, darling. Welcome in. Hi, Jenny.
Heavens, no! You cut off a half cock there. I think you didn't quite get your facts straight. It was there in the cell, exactly where it should have been.
Not the bingus. Oh, not what we heard elsewhere. Where is it? Here it is.
Let me just have a wee hawk around here. I'm sure I can find it. Hi, here you are. See?
The last will and testimony of Genshin Asogi, written with a calligraphy brush.
Of course, I cannot read a word of Japanese, Squiggles.
But he had a pen and paper, not a calligraphy brush.
But on mine it says he leaves all his worldly possessions to his son back in his homeland.
But this was written in Japanese.
Yeah, I guess. But, I mean, doesn't mean that nobody else knows Japanese. There were three. There were three exchange students over there.
Yeah, so
and I'm already sus of fucking Mr. Hell.
What? Every time you say that, it's so funny. Oh my goodness. Yes, that's correct. That's the gist of it. So these are the Asogi papers.
Oh, why, of course they are. Papers written by Asogi, and ain't no doubt about it. There's no mystery here, laddie. That's your lot. After all the star mash, or that's sliced of an execution, we've sent the man's possession back to his clan in Japan, and that was the end of it.
I think we ought to make a record of this, Mr. Naruhodo, just in case. The Asogi papers have been added into the court record.
Let's read them.
Okay. Whoop.
One thing before you go on your way, Mr. Naruhodo. Can you read me that too?
Last will and testimony of Genshin Asogi. I, Genshin Asogi, hereby request that upon my death, any and all material possessions and wealth belonging to me in London be delivered to my son, Kazuma Asogi, in the Empire of Japan. It is with deep sadness that I accept my fate in this foreign land, in the knowledge that I will never see my homeland or family again, but I regret nothing about my chosen path.
That sounds suspicious.
Phrasing.
That sounds like something an Englishman would write to keep the tensions between the UK and Japan at, favorable conditions.
Sweats.
Little sus.
Little sus.
sussy-wussy.
Little concerning. Oh, yes?
Those papers are not to do with Gregson's death. I'd prefer it if you didn't make no mention of them outside of this office.
My will is very demure, very mindful. I'm keeping in mind the relations and tensions between England and Japan. I am not causing this distress with the tensions with the unity of our two countries. No, I am keeping it very demure, very cutesy. I am just simply leaving my worldly possessions to my only son.
This is wild. That was
You
so
didn't
clean.
understand a word of that.
That was very clean, Indy. I applaud you.
Thank you.
Terry's like, I've been studying.
I've been working. I've been working hard.
I wouldn't have just preferred it, considering an order from the highest level of all government.
I understand. Anyways, okay. Bye.
Bye-bye.
We're gonna see our boyfriend.
Hubby.
Her baby. Second of November, prosecutor's office. Oh my god. So, this is the office of Prosecutor Asogi now, is it?
He's even carried on the tradition of the little model.
Kazuma-sama is doing so well for himself. This is not his actual office! Even though he's always forced to kneel on the floor, Japanese style, in the dark corner. It's his habit of to sit, Zessa? Seiza style whenever he's working. Oh, look at our boy. Kazuma.
I thought it wouldn't be long before you paid me a visit, Ryunosuke.
You think he was just standing with his back turned dramatically to the door for
Just
like
waiting.
3 hours straight? Just like, when he gets here, it's gonna be so fucking cool. I just had to keep waiting. But god, these shoes are so uncomfortable.
I wish I could be sitting on my little cushion Seiza style.
Yeah.
Real.
I
Also,
was right about... Oh, what?
sorry, you finish.
Oh, I was right about what I said, wasn't I?
Also, Navzi, if you want to see that time when Iris and Runo was just roasting the absolute shit out of him, you can go back into the VODs. I don't know if Twitch VODs have it anymore. It should be within Twitch VODs, but if it's not in Twitch VODs, you can always go back and look in on YouTube VODs. YouTube VODs will help a lot better. Mostly just because YouTube VODs will have the what's it called? Thumbnail. Easier. Sorry.
That you have all the makings of a great defense lawyer.
Thanks for complimenting me. Well, I always believed that you'd fulfill your dream of advocating in the British courts. I just never imagined for 1 second that it would be as a prosecutor. Seeing you stand in a foreign courtroom, so gallantly realizing your dream, Kazuma-sama, I'm truly happy for you.
And I'm truly thankful for you, Judicial Assistant Mikotoba.
Crying, screaming, sobbing.
She's like, my baby!
Oh, baby.
Ryunosuke. I always thought it would be fun for you and I to shake up in the British legal system a little together. This isn't quite how I visaged it, but
Envisaged. Yeah,
envisaged,
I think it's supposed to be like envisaged.
envisioned, or
Yeah.
something like that.
Similar
They
to
just-
it.
Similar words, it's all good.
I suppose it's just another twist of fate.
Twist of the knife, you may say. I've learned a lot of things during my time in London. About how Suzuto's father was himself a visiting student here once alongside with Judge Jikoku. And about what happened with your father. It's Envision? Okay. Apparently it is
why they
Envision.
spelt it weird.
It's the English version of it. God damn it.
Fucking Brits. That is why
Then
we
you'll have
separated
no
from them.
difficulty
God.
understanding why I hate English versus English.
That's why the Brits also separated themselves from Europe altogether.
Fuck the Brits. I'm sorry, not sorry. But, like, they deserve to have their tea thrown in the harbor.
Real. Hi, Grim.
Why I had no choice. Why I had to find a way to get to Britain as a visiting student myself.
I want to hear it from you, Kazuma.
As you wish, Ryunosuke Naruhodo. Man, why are we saying our full birth names now?
You gotta
He
pretend
wants
we're
to
not
renew our
lovers.
vows. Oh my
Hey,
god.
yo!
He's like, I'm at work. I can't, you know, be lovey-dovey with you. We gotta be professional.
Very mindful, very
demure, very cutesy. It's getting on for a year now since what happened on SS Bureau. We were heading across the oceans from Japan to Great Britain. When a bizarre series of coincidences led to those tragic events. And that was the last time we saw Asogi in black. I thought I'd lost my best friend forever.
I must have been unconscious for a long time. When I woke, I was lying in bed. On a bed. It was a narrow little room. There was posy of flowers by the pillow. It took me a little
Posy.
while to—
The posy
Why
flowers.
Why are they making Kazuma use all these big words? I don't know all these big words.
Cause ring around a rosy, a pocket full of posy.
That's not what's spelled! I thought it was P-O-S-E-Y.
Well, posies was plural for posy. It's a single posy of flowers.
I quit. That's just Kazuma in the middle of the court case. I quit. It took me a little while to realize that I was in the cabin of a ship. I slipped out of the room and headed up onto the deck.
Were you already suffering from amnesia at that point?
Yes, I didn't know what had happened or where I was. There was just this voice in my head. You have something you have to do. Something no one else can know about. Go to Great Britain. Your task awaits there. It was a calling I couldn't ignore. It compelled me relentlessly. Out on deck, I saw that I was on a huge steamship and we were docked in a large port.
It must have been Hong Kong.
Yeah, oh,
Yes, it must have been. Presumably just before they were due to carry your body off the ship.
I had no idea of the situation, but I did have the feeling that this was in some way my last chance. So I concealed myself amongst the disembarking passengers and went ashore. Then I disappeared into the crowded streets of that foreign port city. So I could plan my onward journey to Great Britain.
Well, anyways, it talks of your journey to Great Britain.
Just under a year ago, with all my past memories lost to me, I was left behind in Hong Kong. Everything was foreign to me. The sights, the sounds, the smells. My head reeled. I was truly at a loss. I realize now that I had escaped as a dead man, with nothing but the clothes on my back. No money, of course.
Oh, how terrifying for you.
Luckily, though, I had 2 feathers in my cap. One being your knowledge. Oh,
One being your knowledge of English, I suppose. No, you're all good.
I got caught up in the exposition. That's right. And on the back of that, I was able to pick up some work as a deckhand on a cargo ship. Eventually, after calling at countless ports, I finally arrived at Dover.
He literally worked to get here.
Man, and he was already on a free ride here.
My boy.
That must
that
must
my
have
boy.
been some 3 months ago now.
Your formidable Tennessee of
Tenacity.
tenacity. Thank you. Your
That's the big
formidable.
word I know.
I knew what the word was, but for some reason it wasn't clicking in my head that that's tenacity. And I'm like, Tennessee. This is a British. Oh my god. Your formidable tenacity of purpose showing itself again. I mean, the man had lost his memory and had literally nothing to his name. But he still managed to make his way to London on the opposite side of the world. It is a genuine miracle, the fact that he's able to get to this point. Like, in all honesty, he literally should not be
Built
alive right
different.
now. He's actually built different.
Of course, I had no idea why I'd move heaven and earth to get here at that point.
So, how did you end up becoming Lord Van Zeek's apprentice then?
That can only be called an extraordinary stroke of luck, really. You see, I was stopped at the border because I had no papers. They took me straight to Scotland Yard. And by sheer coincidence, Lord Strongheart was there to attend a meeting. That's when the second feather in my cap came into play.
Would that have been your knowledge of the law?
Yes, exactly. Lord Strongheart was curious about an Easterner with intimate knowledge of British law.
Proof that Phoenix was descended from both Ryu and Kazuma got that indestructible luck? Really?
He took me back with him to the Supreme Court and assigned me to the prosecutor's office.
And then 9 days ago. It's been 9 days since he got his memory back.
Man!
You finally got
Doesn't
your memory
the guy
back.
have PTO at this point?
For real. You finally got your memory back after the trial involving Drebber. Forgot about him for a second.
Yes, I did.
Okay, well, anyways, let's, step away from that. Hey, your father. Ever since I met you at Yume, you talked about your dream.
Mark my words, Ryunosuke. I will be chosen as a visiting student and make my way to Great Britain someday.
Did you know the entire time about what happened to your father here?
"16 years ago. When my father left on that exciting trip to Great Britain, I was just a boy.
Look at them!
Just a wee little lad.
Look at
Look
old
at
babe!
him.
Look at old
No
baby!
trauma whatsoever.
Not yet!
We took a photograph together the day before his departure. It was my last memory of him. But what I remember most about my father is his unwavering sense of justice. "6 years after he left, a gentleman called at our family home.
Oh, 6 years after 16 years. That's 10 years ago.
Oh my
10
god!
years ago?
10 years ago. The
Oh,
case that happened
geez.
10 years ago.
Is it really 10 years? You know what happened around 10 years ago at the Old Bailey?
Oh my god. What? Tell me. Tell me.
There was this case about this guy called the Professor, and he killed people of the British aristocracy with like a dog.
Oh my god. That's
I
fucked
know,
up.
right? That happened 10 years ago.
What are the odds?
I know. He told me that Genshin, my father, had been taken ill in England and passed away.
I literally slammed my head into the desk, by the way, when you started going off. I was like, God fucking damn it. This is never gonna leave us. It's gonna get worse, actually, by the way, in investigations, I will say.
But about 10 years ago?
I don't know if 10 is the exact number, but there's like...
the DL6. The DL6 case.
It's not only the DL6 case. It is more so that, and this, I'm gonna let you know this because it's gonna still take us a long while before we get to this anyways. In game 2, we are actually going to be, learning a lot about Edward's father. And so we will be going through like this kind of back and forth of learning what happened like
You mean like
years
Brock
ago.
and Zeke's brother? You know what
Essentially,
happened to him 10 years ago?
I'm gonna go throw myself off a but yeah, no, it definitely wasn't either way. Nothing was 10 years ago because the DL6 incident from Edward's timeline was at the point of just before the statute of limitations had ended, and that was 7 years prior, if I remember correctly.
Yeah.
But technically, in both games, Edgeworth is not like 10 years later. But actually, it could have been 10 years ago for when we're talking about Edgeworth's dad. Maybe. We'll see. But yes. Anyways.
It was Professor Mikotoba, your father, Suzuto-san.
I was pressing the wrong button. I was like, why the fuck is this not working? Oh my.
Ever since then, the professor was very good to me. He even helped to fund my university education at Yume. I'll be forever in his debt. But nevertheless, I just couldn't bring myself to believe what he'd told me.
Oh.
Then one day, a letter arrived at our house from Britain. There was no indication of the sender, so I opened it, assuming it was from an old acquaintance of my father. What I read in that letter changed my entire life.
What did it say?
It said that my father had been a mass murderer, and that and the writer cursed the Asogi name.
Oh no.
Damn, that's crazy.
As a result of that letter, I found out what had been hidden from me all those years.
Oh, the letter from Britain.
Presumably, the letter was sent from a relative of one of the victims.
I'm unsure yet, Ren. It's gonna be very dependent on, what we all believe. Literally, I don't know. I like the pixel style, but I don't know how well it's gonna also look. I also do like the HD style, but that's just because, you know, it's the one we're most commonly associated with in these kinds of games.
If whoever it was had been a member of the judiciary, he could have been present at the closed trial. The letter revealed that my father had been sentenced to death, executed for being a killer.
I'm so sorry you had to find out that way.
I imagine the British government did its very best to silence whoever sent that letter. But someone who knew the truth and couldn't bear the resentment was always going to be a problem.
But still, it could have been written by anyone. Why would you believe such a thing?
There was a newspaper cutting included with the letter. It was the first I'd ever heard of the professor and his terrible killing spree.
Well, what did my father have to say about the letter?
I couldn't bring myself to show it to him.
What? Why not?
Because he deliberately concealed the truth from me by telling me my father was taken by a fatal illness. That couldn't have been easy for him, and he'd done it out of consideration for my feelings. So instead, I showed the letter to Judge Jikoku.
Ah, to the other visiting student.
He faltered for the briefest of moments, but then he just laughed the letter off. But in that moment, I saw it on his face. He was undeniably shocked, shaken momentarily before recovering his poise. A year later, my bereaved mother succumbed to the strain of grief, and she too passed away.
There you go.
Damn.
That's when I made up my mind that one day, without fail, I would cross the seas to Britain and seek the truth for myself.
Can you imagine? It's more confirmation that every single person has horrible parent issues. Except for Suzuto, who has a dad.
Yeah, and her dad seems normal.
Yeah, the truth about my father, Genshin Asogi. And I wouldn't let anyone stand in my way.
Oh, Kazuma-sama. The Reaper's Trial.
What we learned today in court turned things completely on their head. It was an impressive piece of lawyering, Ryunosuke Naruhodo.
Lord Van Zieks isn't the Reaper. You know it. I almost don't want to believe it myself, but it turns out that Inspector Gregson himself, the victim, was...
It's clear that the inspector was behind the Reaper's activity all along.
What? You mean you knew?
The real question is, who's been giving orders to the inspector? Yes, Barack Van Zieks is the real Reaper. And I know that 10 years ago, it was him who decided my father must be a mass murderer and sent him to his grave.
No, he was merely seeing that justice was done as the law dictates. He's not to blame.
Ultimately, it's people who condemn people. The law is just a tool that they use to do it. So are you trying... Like, you literally are saying you're basically as bad as the Reaper. Like, Kazuma, how are you doing any better?
Yeah.
And when a man condemns another, he must take responsibility for his actions. Of course he must. But I know for certain that my father would never have taken another man's life.
Kazuma. Dead ass, you might be biased here, Chief.
Just a smidgen. On the contrary, my father's life was taken by the Reaper.
Brother.
No, he wasn't.
Huh? Just like... And we're just like... Ha!
Cause I understand what you're getting at, Kazuma, but you're kind of going the wrong way about this.
Do you think he ever goes the right way for these kinds of things? Disappearance. Okay. Okay. We can present to him. This came up in the trial, didn't it? As something a little dubious, I mean. The fact that no time of death was recorded on Inspector Gregson's autopsy report.
Yes, there were some unexpected turns in the courtroom earlier. The suggestion you came up with certainly took everybody by surprise. The idea that the victim died the previous day at some other location is quite something.
Well, considering when the pocket watch had stopped and the scorch marks on the candle, it's certainly a distinct possibility that the evidence and the scene both point to it.
To be honest, it bothered me too. So I paid a visit to the autopsy room earlier. The coroner responsible wasn't there, but I got a name. It's Dr. Gory. How does she have her doctorates already?
Cough. If it wouldn't trouble you, Kazuma-sama, I'd very much like to speak with the coroner too.
They just like to hand that shit out willy-nilly back then.
Of course, the last thing I want is for anything to be brushed under the carpet. Scotland Yard's autopsy laboratories behind Lowgate Cemetery.
Lowgate Sem... by Barclay Prison, you mean?
You know it, do you?
How does Iris
a
have a
little.
doctorate?
Iris is just kind of like sitting at his little desk. The prison where my father was incarcerated and robbed of his life.
Kazuma-sama. Well, thank you. We'll pay a visit to the laboratory later today.
Ryunosuke. I want to thank you.
For what for?
For this. You safeguarded the soul of the Asogi clan.
Well, it is a famous sword that's been in your family for generations. My only slight regret is that I never got the chance to draw it before I returned it to you.
Kuruma is said to have been forged by a master swordsmith during the Sengoku Warring States period. I come from a long lineage of warriors, many of whom were expert swordsmen.
Fellas, is it gay to safeguard another man's soul?
Is it gay to desperately want to unsheath another man's sword?
Oh my god!
Well, that, you know, very true. Well then, you're a chip off the old block, I'd say.
This blade, Kuruma, is the symbol of the Asogi clan's honor and might. Apparently, one of my father's apprentices even took the blade's name for his surname.
Really? Karuma. Does sound formidable, that's for sure.
16 years ago, when my father was a visiting student here at London, he had this sword forever at his side. Which is why it means so much to me that I have it by my side again now, too. And that is all thanks to you.
It was an honor.
Now, I have preparations to make for tomorrow. Perhaps I said a little too much.
Kazuma, you've changed.
No, Ryunosuke, I haven't changed at all. It's you who's changed.
Oh, who's the one that's telling the truth? I can completely understand your resentment of Lord Van Zeeks, given what had happened. But the fact is, those events in this case are, well, unrelated? Is that what— oh, sorry, that's you.
Unrelated? Is that what you want to say? How can you be so sure?
What do you mean?
Never mind. Forget I said anything. That man is the Reaper, and it's for that reason the inspector was killed.
Why are you so certain?
I'm going to prove as much in court tomorrow, by whatever means necessary.
Because he wants revenge. He doesn't care. I can't let you do that, Kazuma.
I know you'll do I'll know you'll do what you have to do as a lawyer. But I'm sure I don't need to tell you that I won't be taking any prisoners in the courtroom.
I would expect nothing less.
Until tomorrow then, and the Old Bailey.
I love, that's what I love about the writing of this game. Kazuma really hasn't changed. He's always been this petty and hot-headed, but we've just never been on the other end of it until now.
Yeah.
We've never really noticed true motive. We just knew, oh, he just likes to pursue law.
Oh, yeah, he's just really passionate. But we didn't realize that passion was turning into sort of like blind running forward while we've grown.
Blind rage.
Yeah, essentially. He has a one path track right now in his head, and it is not going swimmingly for him. But he doesn't care. He's stubborn as hell.
Maybe he thinks it is going swimmingly for him.
We'll see. Anyways, we are at the 3-hour mark. I think this was probably going to be our best stopping point, unfortunately, because we still have 3 more sections to go for, and the last one is going to be a long one. So, we can very likely clear and crash through that all in an hour tomorrow, and then we can not zoom through the trial, but we can push as much as we can into the trial. We're gonna be in a position, or we're gonna push through the case 5 tomorrow. But I think these are going to be the next couple of what's going to happen in the next couple of streams is pretty much we are not going to be able to get to a good stopping point like ever. So we are just going to proceed with however quickly we can, essentially, or however far we can within our 3 hours. Pretty much. Yeah, because there's legitimately no way for us to stop at a good point. Each of these are going to take well over 3 hours for us to realistically go through. So, these are very long cases. There's only like 4 quote-unquote real sections in case 5, but the reason why I have it as like 6, 7 plus like streams for us is still because of the fact that like it is disastrously long, and I don't know how quickly we're going to be able to get through it. Even if I literally choose the correct answer immediately for all of the trial cases, we're going into deeper stories now because it's the final case. So yeah, we are gonna end it here. We're gonna save it here, and then we'll just continue this as much as we can, more or less, tomorrow. It is very long, yeah. Like, chat will understand it as well, because it is severely difficult to even find any save points. The people who let's play these games can't find save points when they get towards these end points. So they're stuck. It's good long.
Like, I understand their point, but also it's like, bro, please give me a break.
Yeah, it is like you're going pack into pack of things. So you literally will just be sitting down. If you're going through each of them, you'll probably be sitting down for like 5 hours, kid you not. For like a section. It is disastrously long. But it's a good, because you're gonna get sucked in and you're gonna be like, what the fuck is going on? You know? I'd choose this over sleep any day, honestly, yeah. I would literally, it is gonna be like a mental game, but we're gonna have a lot of time trying to do that tomorrow and for the rest of the week, alongside Ace Attorney Investigations. I'm so excited for Ace Attorney Investigations. So, hell yeah. We'll get as much done as we can tomorrow then. How are you guys feeling about the ending of Case 4? Remember, we're not even in the beginning of Case 5. This is literally the ending of Case 4 still.
I'm feeling...
Yeah. We're getting
We're starting
dumps.
to get to the meat and bones of this.
The meat and potatoes.
Meat and potatoes.
Senchu immediately pops up.
Oh shit, we accidentally summoned Senchu.
Oh fuck.
Senchu hand grab little potato, walks away. Yes, but we are literally in the meat and potatoes of it. Once the trial kicks off, everything will go a lot faster pace. We are just kind of absorbing so much information and like backstory that is gonna be pretty much helpful for us in the next case. So yeah, we're gonna have a fun time with that. You're definitely gonna have a fun time with that. I'm trying to remember what I will tell you this right now. 90% of the next case is trial.
Okay.
So it's gonna be fast, but it's gonna be long. So
cross-examination.
Yeah.
A lot
We're
of the fucking summation examination.
Well, I don't think they're gonna have a jury. Is the thing. I don't think we have. It's still gonna be closed cases, I think. Or a
It's
closed
summation
court.
examination, but it's just the judge against the judge.
Oh my god. Imagine. That's gonna be funny though. Yeah, we're gonna have a fun time, and I won't lie. I was looking through because I have to look through like ahead of time to figure out like the thumbnails and like what it like for me to mentally remember what the fuck happens. Oh dear God.
Oh no.
You're gonna get a lot of meat and potatoes, so enjoy it. It's gonna be fun. It's gonna be a lot of fun.
I already ate too much yesterday for Labor Day. I don't know if I can do this.
Me too.
I'm scared.
We'll have a fun time. It's okay. But yes, we're gonna. Okay, Sunshadow. I don't think you might want to rephrase that real quick. But anyways, yeah. How are you guys feeling?
I'm hyped.
Good.
I'm hyped for tomorrow.
Yeah. We'll finish this real quickly. It's like I want to say less than an hour, but I will say there's a Holmes part, and so obviously it's gonna take us a little bit of time.
There's a little
We had to
Holmes
fix-
side adventure.
Yeah, there's a little Holmes side adventure, which is gonna take us a second. So, Holmes likes to stall time a little bit, a lot of it.
A lot of it.
A little lot of it. But yeah, we'll figure that out tomorrow, certainly. In other news and statements, I am going to end stream today because I need a little bit more rest. I am
We're all
dying.
EP.
A little
Sorry.
EP, if you will.
I'm gonna go die in my bed, but that's gonna be fine. It's
Oh,
okay.
that's such a mood.
Fuck off, I'm Arrow Race. Hey, listen. That doesn't change anything.
Just because you don't want it doesn't mean that, your favorite character might not.
Oh my god. Oh my god, it's so funny. But yes, I love you too. Thank you for being here. And I'm gonna figure out who to rate out to. Who to rate out to? Who to rate out to? Hoot. But if you guys need to go head off, then don't worry about me. I appreciate you immensely. I will figure out who the fuck to raid into. Oh, I just realized Harper has the knock feature on.
Oh, I think it's just because they don't know how to turn it off. I tried telling them, but they were like, that's too big brain for me.
Oh my god, dude. That's crazy. Hopefully.
Well, I did see a
Stuff.
post that Twitch said, due to, complaints from mostly VTubers, we turned off the auto camera feature. I'm like, dude, that should
Okay,
have been
well then-
off from the get-go.
You can also turn off the instantly added into without your consent feature then.
Yeah.
They don't care.
Just make it opt in. That's all you have to do.
They don't care. Did you hear about the whole situation about the mobile app, by the way? They said pretty much they cannot and are unable to pretty much go back to the original format, no matter how many people want them to go back to the original way
It's
Twitch
because
mobile
they
was.
overwrote the code, didn't they?
I
And
don't
they
remember.
have- That's probably the case of what happened, because I know some of my friends actually do this stuff for a living. They're like, usually you have a backup of your previous code before you push the update. So then if something needs to be changed, then you go back to the previous
Zoro dying.
code changes. Situations like that. I guess since Twitch is like, we can't go back, I don't think they have a backup.
I could believe it. They're kind of a mess.
Okay, my stream almost died, so I'm going to start the raid before
Which didn't
something
like that.
happens. It literally almost died right now. But yeah, no, essentially they pretty much said that, the mobile app update missed the mark for core users, but they are literally going to essentially keep trying to figure out how the fuck to make this work, and they're not changing it back, strictly because of the fact that, and this is a quote, I think this is a quote, Unfortunately, they cannot go back to the old app or how it worked because they need to bring in children who grew up on TikTok from ages 8 to 12 to download the app and become the next users of Twitch.
The fuck?
That sounds extremely predatory.
No,
and the fact
they're waiting
like,
until
I understand where they're coming from.
But it's still bad.
The way
Yeah.
they phrased it, I guess, is very predatory.
Oh, absolutely. It is horrendous.
Because it's like, I know a lot of people who use Twitch on the computer, and they're like, or like, you know, it's like, nobody watches on the fucking mobile app because it just drains your battery.
It drains your battery, and now it's just absolutely shitty, like, actually. So.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, like, I have Twitch on my phone, I've never opened it.
Yeah, I only open it when I'm trying, I need to do something real quick for, like, a friend, and I'm, like, in my bed or out of the house, right? But, like, it is horrendous to navigate through right now, because they are actually trying to, like, they're trying to cater to the next generation who have grown up on TikTok and Instagram Shorts and YouTube Shorts, which I understand that, but why is this not another tab? I know that it's because, oh, quote, nobody likes going through other, like, they're not gonna click on the tab if it's not directly in front of them. But it's still severely stupid.
It is,
It is, you are harming your current audience because you are placing the hard bet that the next generation will be a better audience that will actually stay and continue to
Spoiler
stay.
alert.
That's not true.
If they're aiming specifically to people who grew up on TikTok, they're gonna need to figure out how to make short form content. Not long form content. Like, I know YouTube, I think that's one of the good things with YouTube is you have YouTube Shorts. If you like what you see in the short, you can link it to the video. But Twitch doesn't necessarily have that.
Well, they're trying to start the clips, like vertical clips section, but it's still not in a good position for them to have implemented this entire app circumstance now. There is also, and I do know this for a fact, there is works in progress for a Twitch vertical mode, which will essentially rival the same thing with YouTube Shorts live streams and also TikTok live streams. So that's gonna be great because it's like, oh, I can just like implement my vertical mode that I'm already having right now into, you know, Twitch. But like, if Twitch's app is solely based off of this, and yet right now everybody's in horizontal mode, it's not gonna look good. Nothing looks good right now, right?
Yeah.
Where is this connection going to lead? Because yeah, you're right. It, like, right now, even with the clip situation, it's not actually leading back to the content creator. 9 out of 10 times it's not doing that. So,
I think maybe it'd be better if Twitch maybe integrated with TikTok, but of course that's never gonna happen.
Oh yeah, they will never do that. Twitch is already losing money anyways. There's no way in hell they're going to.
And the fact that Twitch is owned by Amazon, and I'm pretty sure Amazon doesn't want TikTok because I don't know, I think they're kind of like competitors on, like, you know, company net worth and everything.
I'm not sure, considering the fact that I think TikTok is about to work with Amazon so that you can purchase things directly from the TikTok app
Are they?
I think so. I think they are actually doing that.
Please, for the love of God.
I think they are. It's gonna be their own store, like, brand that they're gonna be like hosting, that TikTok will do it for, or it is I think it is directly Amazon. But either way, I don't think Amazon's gonna work with TikTok just strictly because of the fact that Twitch is not making money. They're not gonna work with another company to earn less money, essentially.
Yeah.
Like, realistically. Also, yes, TikTok live stream technically can be a potential competitor against Twitch live streams, but also is there a TOS with TikTok about, like, age? It's like you have to be 13 for TikTok?
I think maybe.
Then why the fuck are we thinking 8 to 12-year-olds for Twitch? Like for like who grew up
Because
on
they're
TikTok.
the younger generation.
Goodness grief. Anyways, I will suffer with that for the time being. We are gonna be rating on out because
Can I
am.
send you something real quick? I want your reaction.
I'd bet. Give me the reaction for it.
This stemmed from a history tweet. I'll send it to you. Well, I don't know. I'll send it to Oka first. Do you think I can send this to Derry?
I did see this actually. I think I can send it to Derry. I think I can send it to Derry. There's no spoilers of any
There's no
kind.
spoilers. It's just fucking
It's just
hilarious.
funny. It's just funny. I did actually see that literally while I was scrolling on Twitter. I was like, what the fuck?
Oh my god.
It's so real.
The tweet they quoted was, on this day 10 years ago, Twitter user Lucky
Luciano.
17K posted the photograph of himself with the caption, "You know I had to do it to them." And they just... I like how they changed their Twitter name too to Thank Grid. And it's like, you know I had to do it to them.
Real. Oh my god. What the hell? Oh, okay, I see. Okie dokie. Chattarinos, I love you. 2 bits. I don't know why I called you Chattarinos. I'm suffering. I appreciate you guys. Thank you. And we will continue more of this tomorrow. Hopefully I'll feel a little bit more better so then we can continue on after stream. But if not, then don't worry about it. Also, we're gonna have so much Ace Attorney. We're gonna have so much Ace Attorney. I'm happy and terrified of what's gonna happen in the next, like, 2 weeks. 2-3 weeks. We'll see how far we can get through these games.
I believe.
I believe. We'll have a fun time, though. I know it'll be a fun time. But yeah, I appreciate you guys immensely. Thank you. And we're gonna be raiding on out over to my good friend Yoru. So we'll have a little bit of fun with that. Hell yeah. And anyways, thank you, Indy. Thank you, Oro, for being here with me. If you cuties haven't followed these two, you better follow them. But otherwise, yeah, I'm gonna do my raid stuff. So I love your faces, you two. Thank you. Love you. Bye bye. I wasn't expecting them to leave. I was just going to, I was just going to deafen. Also, my Discord is not working, so I'm gonna raid before my entire stream crashes. I'm kind of worried about that because I don't know why my Discord stopped working for my Fugi. I'm kind of scared about that. Anyways, we're raiding on out. Love your faces. Appreciate you immensely. I think Fugi kind of crashed for a second. And yeah, take it easy, guys. Take it easy where you're able to. I appreciate it immensely. Bye-bye. If you guys want to give a little bit of love and appreciation, make sure you use the Oka Force gives their love. You can either use it with the Lady Heart if you guys are subscribed, or you can use the Oka Force gives their love with a normal heart if you are not subscribed. It would mean the absolute world to me. Thank you. Thank you guys so much for the hype trains. Thank you guys so much for the support, the biddies, the subscriptions. I appreciate them immensely. Again, if you want to support me in any way, the September is happening right now. If you guys want to get a discount on your self subs, you need to unsub or you need to cancel your sub streak and then resub manually in order to get a discount. If you want to support me in any way, we are going to be doing a biddy-thon next week, I think, and so we're gonna have a little bit of fun with that. And then if you guys want to support me in the best possible way, tier 3 subbing for 3 months would literally help me so much. I need about 5 people to do the plus, or for me to achieve the plus program, so it would mean the absolute world to me if you guys are able to help join in on that journey for me. I would appreciate it immensely. Anyways, thank you guys so much. I'll talk to you guys tomorrow. Bye bye. Give your lots of love for me. Thank you. I did not update this. Woohoo. Bye bye.